Let us know in the chat. Manuel already in the chat saying, let's go. What up, Ramley? NFC Championship game. And man, what a big game this is. It feels like the Super Bowl, Josh. Is it just me?
It does. It does feel like a Super Bowl game. I would agree with you. Obviously, I do kind of feel like this is the Super Bowl here in a way with these two teams. I think these two teams are the best two teams in the NFL here. As double checking here, as you can see, our new scoreboard is now up, and we have a new little chat box where chats should be able to show up here. I'm sending out the stream right now, right before we get into kickoff, as we have the national anthem playing right now. Send out the stream, everybody. We want to get to 100K viewers, so make sure to do that right this second before we get to kickoff here.
As I'm seeing the national anthem being sang
Yes.
here on the channel. Yeah, I'm not seeing any chats here on our chat box, unfortunately, just yet. So we'll try to see if we can make any adjustments to that. But in the meantime, we can still see your chats down on YouTube. As TBD says,
Yes.
good afternoon from Seattle. TBD, I knew you're a Ravens fan. Never knew you were from Seattle, or at least in Seattle currently. What are you doing in Seattle? If you're from there, TBD, let us know. Appreciate you for tuning in. It is going to be a great game, and I'm speaking to the national anthem. I'll lower it because I don't feel as bad. But I'm excited about this game. Excited about this game. Manuel says, love the scoreboard. Yeah, no, we got some upgrades for sure, as obviously we're getting closer and closer to potentially the Super Bowl. Feels like a good time for us to start improving some of this stream stuff. So if
Yes.
you
And by
guys,
the way,
yeah.
once a team scores, watch. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna see something crazy. Should we
All
give him
right.
should we give him a sneak preview of something that can happen?
Sure, Josh, if you want to show it, you know how to show it. You know,
I
probably know
do.
more than me at this point. I actually don't know what's going to
I do.
happen.
All
So
right. So let's
I'm
say the
just as
Rams
surprised as
get a
chat.
field goal. Look at that. Boom.
Wow.
We got it working. We got the
Okay.
scoreboard working. We
Okay.
got the. I'm gonna try my best here because I am the one operating the scoreboard with the timer. So if I am a second late for when a game comes to a commercial for a second off, bear with us there. We gained 2 new subscribers already. You can see our live subscriber count here. We're about to hit 5.3K. No, let's try to hit 5.5 by the end of this stream. I think we can definitely do that.
Floyd, I agree with you, Josh. Floyd says, good evening, guys. TBD says, I'm originally from Orange County. Been here in Seattle for 25 years. Will cheer for the Rams. Can't stand the Hawks. Appreciate you, TBD, as you've been in the chat for the last few weeks. I don't think we saw you last week, though, but really appreciate you being back. Mace Windrew says, what's up, Ramley? Let's effing go. Rams. Yep, appreciate it. Rams house. Here we go. SCL fan says, my nerves are starting to kick in. Come on, Stafford, let's get this dub. And I think ultimately I'm starting to feel a little nervous as well. The reason why is because we just watched, that Broncos and Patriots
Yes.
game, and a little bit of a snoozer, right? A little bit of a boring game because of the weather. Let's give those teams a little bit of that factor. But at the same time, I wasn't impressed with either team. And now we see the Patriots will be the ones you will face if you get to the Super Bowl. And I think they're a very beatable team. I don't know if I'm crazy to say that, Josh.
No, you're not. It's not crazy. I mean, again, that Broncos defense is the best in the league. Best in the league there, excuse me. So let's not sit up here and say that they were playing against an awful defense or anything like that. But I do believe we can beat the Patriots. Weather won't be a factor for either team. With the Super Bowl being in the Niners Stadium, would love to win that in the Niners Stadium. But we cannot look there just yet. Just yet.
Yeah.
We gotta focus on this game. Sam Darnold, I read an article today, coming in still with that oblique injury. They're saying he didn't really take a lot of deep shots in practice in terms of throwing. He was saving that for today's game. He's going to have a pain injection in that oblique area heading into today to hopefully manage his pain. So we're definitely going to have to wait and see just how he plays, because I think this team can definitely, get some things done offensively. No Zach Charbonnet, George Holani going to be leaned on. By the way, I read this yesterday. Cam Akers, Seattle Seahawk.
Yeah, I know. It's like him and connecting back with his days in Minnesota with Sam Darnold. I think they were together at the same time a little bit, maybe practice squad stuff for Cam Akers. But the biggest thing I think for me, and it's one huge X factor I'm going to say about the whole Zach Charbonnet thing is, I personally think Kenneth Walker, when he gets the football in his hands 18 times a game is actually a better running back. Maybe it's him getting a better feel for the game, knowing he's going to get those touches. I don't know what it is. He's able to see the field over time, but either way, I think that is a huge X factor in this game that some people were talking about. I don't think it was being talked about enough. That's my concern for this Rams defense is he is such an explosive running back at times. And so because he's going to have the football in his hand most of the time, no Zach Charbonnet out there. I know it's still definitely 12 touchdown guy. You don't want to undersell that for what Zach Charbonnet brings to the table, but I do think you might see an explosion at the same time from a guy like Kenneth Walker, and that is my concern for this Rams defense. Obviously, the Rams offense does need to attack this Seattle defense. I've been kind of assuming they're going to figure it out for weeks and weeks and weeks, and they haven't figured it out yet. So that is my concern as well. Can they figure out how to be at their best versus this top tier Seattle Seahawks defense? We're about to find out. Kickoff just a couple minutes away here.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be key, stopping Kenneth Walker. Maybe the Rams could even gas out Kenneth Walker. If they keep getting to Sam Darnold, we have to wait and see on that. As the temperature in Seattle I saw was 36 earlier, where shout out to AccuWeather, not sponsored. They actually give you the temperature at Lumen Field on their app. So if we look real quick at Lumen Field in Seattle, it's 43 right now, feeling like 48. So not terrible, much better than what you had last week in Chicago and what they had in Denver here. As we do have kickoff here about to get underway for this game.
I'm just trying to go ahead and share this stream out.
Everybody share the stream. The Rams will be starting with the football. Rivers and Winnington back deep. Jason Myers set to kick off. A full house here at Lumen Field with the 12th men crowd. We know they're going to be loud today. Sean McVay talking about no huddle might be in use here early on as the kickoff is up and we are underway here in this NFC Championship game. As Winnington is going to get to the 31 there on his return. As
nice
clock
little
is going to be
return there.
stopped here.
Decent little return there, and here we go. Matthew Stafford 6-1 versus the Seahawks. His only loss was Week 16 this year. Can Stafford in this offense figure out the Seattle defense early? I'm very excited to see what's going on. Let's get these chats going. TBD says nice temp here in Seattle. Very nice for January. Should be a good one here. We shouldn't have to worry about weather at all. Should be just a good, nice battle versus these two teams.
First play of the game is going to be a run to Kyren. Kyron's going to pick up about 4 there down the right side. Ernest Jones, former Ram, getting into it with Kevin Dotson here early on, and DeMarcus Lawrence. Everyone getting into the fight here. Is we got the starting lineup, same old line as last week. Obviously, the same receiving core. The starting Higbee at tight end. Would like to see Terrence Ferguson get involved here a little bit.
You'd like to see them run the ball early in this football game, though. We'll see if they can continue it here.
Stafford takes a snap, 2nd and 6. Dangerous throw and a double coverage to Puka. Josh Jobe saying Puka dropped it, but I think they're going to give him a catch there. It's going to be 3rd and short. Didn't love that throw there from Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, kind of put it only where Puka can get it. Almost maybe Stafford might have expected it to be an incomplete pass, just wanted to keep it out of harm's way, but felt like a dangerous throw for sure. Low catch, obviously great hands from Puka. That's nice to see that happening early, but 3rd and 3 here for the Rams early.
Yes, 3rd and 3. 3rd and short, playbook open. Stafford takes a snap, surveys, looking downfield. The Puka going to be overthrown, incomplete. As that is going to be Reek Woolen there in coverage. A little bit handsy. They're not going to call it though. Going to be 4th down, punt early.
Yeah, the hand on the back of the jersey almost grabbing at the shoulder pads of Puka. I do not like that at all. The refs do not call anything there. So quick 3 and out for this Rams offense. You want to figure out how you can win versus the Seattle defense. Right now, so far, this defense obviously out firing. You expect that with this crowd and how the noise is going to be as a punt is up from Ethan Evans.
Yes, as that's going to be fair caught by Rashid Shaheed. I'm scared every time we kick the ball in Rashid Shaheed's direction to start off a drive, because we saw what he did last week against San Fran, basically ending the game right before it started.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's 3 return touchdowns so far in his career with Seattle, I think alone. So
Yeah.
obviously, definitely something you want to look out for the Rams. We'll go ahead and keep checking out some of these chats here. Tony says, "What up, Bramley? At a Seahawks watch party? Help!" Well,
Oh,
definitely glad you're here on YouTube watching with us. And then D says, "Tony, let them have it." And then Z Main says he grabbed everything. Yeah, I agree with you there.
yeah,
Seattle with the ball.
that was definitely a penalty there. Going to be first down from the 19 for the Seahawks. Could be a handoff to Kenneth Walker to get the drive started. Going to pick up about 5 there.
Yeah, and you see that patience of Kenneth Walker. He's able to kind of just wait and wait and wait in the backfield. No one able to get to him. He makes that should have been a loss of 1, makes that play a gain of 5 instead.
Again, the run defense for the Rams, not good against the Bears. 160 total rushing yards. Again, they did have to deal with a running quarterback in Caleb, whereas today they're not going to have to deal with that at all. When we 2nd and 5, George Holani already in the game in there in the backfield with Darnold, taking his time. Darnold surveying some pressure. That's going to be slightly overthrown to JSN down the middle. Going to be 3rd down and medium for this Rams team. That was good pressure early on, though, from the pass rush.
Yeah, and I actually thought that was JSN in the backfield to the right of Sam Darnold running out of the backfield. Interesting look there from Seattle. And this defense, I think Manuel said it, sacked the quarterback. We've been asking them for that for weeks and weeks and weeks. Can they get to Sam Darnold? If they do, it will bother him. So we're seeing if this Rams defense can do it right now on 3rd and 5. It's going to be a pass. You know it.
Yes, big 3rd down. Big 3rd down here for this Rams defense. Darnold takes the ball. Gonna go deep here early towards Shaheed, and
Wow.
Shaheed has it. Shaheed is going to be tackled, though. Great tackle in the open field by Darius Williams, but unfortunately not going to be before a huge gain. And said pregame, Sam Darnold was coming in with an injury, not throwing the ball deep, but Darius Williams just gets burned by Shaheed.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's in a foot race with Raheed Shaheed is probably going to lose that foot race. And so one-on-one coverage, Darius Williams, not your number one corner, but still, you want to see some help over the top there. You knew it was going to be a passing play. You definitely want to send help over the top on Shaheed. Darnold kind of wincing a little bit after that throw. So we'll have to wait and see on that if his oblique is doing okay. But great throw there from Darnold, not a great play from the defense.
No. Bad coverage. Darnold going short to JSN, who just absolutely breaks the tackle in the backfield, makes a juke move. Quentin Lake forces him out of bounds. Going to be close to 1st and goal, but in the red zone here. It is going to be 1st and goal, actually, for this Seahawks offense.
Yeah, and this has been the story for the Rams defense. Cornerbacks stepping up, getting a tackle. I mean, it's just one-on-one. Darnold gets it out quick, no pressure at all. They're not showing the replay, showing the Shaheed replay now, but gets it out quick and no tackling there from your corners. And this is how the Rams defense has played the last few weeks. They kind of get bailed out at times from mistakes from offenses. They've just not been a very strong physical defense, slowing down offenses on their own as of late.
1st and goal from the 9. Seattle ranks 21st, though, in red zone offense, so the Rams can get a stop here. Let's see what they do. Going to run it to Walker. Walker breaks out to the right. Going to be brought down by Nate Landman. Good tackle there from Landman early on. Going to be about a gain of 3. 2nd and goal from the 6.
Yeah, you like to know that about the red zone offense for Seattle. Can the Rams get a stop? Well, they obviously can if that offense hasn't consistently put up points in the red zone. There are a lot of deep threats, right? JSN, quick receiver. Obviously, Shaheed down the field. You just saw it happen right now. But right here in the red zone, 12 touchdowns from Zach Charbonnet. Can Kenneth Walker make it happen without trying to be explosive, bouncing things outside? We'll see if he gets aggressive here.
Going to be 2nd and goal. Kenneth Walker gets the rock again, pounding it up the middle. Still going. Puna Ford can't bring him down. Darius Williams and Quentin Lake. Are they going to mark him at the 1, or are they going to mark him down a bit further back? I'm hoping it's a bit further back, but they might say he's down at the 1.
Yeah, I think they're going to say at the 2 yard line here, and Kenneth Walker just keeps those legs churning up the middle. He says, everyone talking about Zach Charbonnet, I got some strong legs here too. And Puna Ford has him completely wrapped up, and somehow Kenneth Walker spins out of that tackle. Incredible work from him to keep his legs churning. Ball's at the 2 yard line.
Yeah, definitely a big play there.
Walker here bounces it outside, tries to beat the outside linebacker, and he does. Kenneth Walker bounces it outside, touchdown.
Yep.
Seahawks, and the Rams are going to start this game down by 6. And you just see Byron Young can't get out there. That's the speed, the athleticism of Kenneth Walker that I was referring to. He can just bounce these runs outside all day long. And Byron Young, dealing with a knee injury to come into this football game, cannot get there. Blocked by a linebacker, tight end, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
and he just can't get there outside. And Kenneth Walker starts this game on fire for the Seattle offense.
Yes, he does. Early touchdown here for Seattle. Jason Myers now on for the extra point. And that is going to be up and good. 7-0 early here. Seattle up. 9:57 left. Stop the clock a little bit too late there on my end here. So the scoreboard a little bit off. But 7-0 early here for Seattle. Already 136 people in chat. Thank you so much for that already.
Well, and Z-Main says it all S-H-I-T. That's how I feel myself. And it's just because this has kind of been the story for the Rams. This is why some people, you've heard some murmurs of people on in the media just kind of saying, I don't know about the Rams. I'm not sure. They haven't been playing the greatest. And I think that is this is exactly why we're saying this. The Rams offense all year long has been, okay, we'll just put up 34 points and the defense just hold them under 34 and we got a shot. And now this defense, again, starting off showing why they are kind of the weak point, the weakness, the weak link of this team. They can't really slow this offense down right now to start. Obviously, like it's early in this football game, but they just got ran all over. And they do need to respond, like Floyd says. They absolutely have to answer on this possession here. Manuel says, what are we eating today for the game? Well, we're here. We're streaming. I don't like eating on stream. I've done it a couple times out of necessity just because I'm starving. But I definitely am not eating anything right now, just sipping on some water. But
Same.
if I was at some type of watch party, I think, what's the mood I'm feeling today? Today feels like a wings type of day.
Ooh, that sounds good.
What are you thinking, Josh?
That wings are good. Got to get the nachos going on game day as well. So definitely gonna have to see about that. What are you eating in chat though? Let's get some chats going. What are you all eating in chat right now? Let's see.
Yeah, let us know. Get us hungry because I'm gonna have to buy some food after this game. I'm gonna have to wait till the post game to go ahead and order my dinner. But you guys let me know what you guys are grubbing on. Give me some ideas. What can I grub on post game to see? And Rod Smith says there's time to respond for the Rams 100%. The game just started. We're okay. The Rams should be able to respond in this football game. Mace Windrew says baked chicken and mixed veggies. Not really a game day meal in my mind. My game day meals are always a little bit less healthier than that, Mace Windrew. But shout out to you for keeping it healthy on this one. Andy says, I picked the Patriots and Seahawks for the Super Bowl. Never changed it. So, Andy, we'll see if you're correct here. Obviously, we're rooting against you in that situation. But for sure, Manuel says, pizza, hot wings, chips, and dip. Sounds like a whole party, Manuel. Wish you would have invited us to that one for sure. Carlos in the chat. As you know, the Rams get scored on. So, Carlos will be in the chat here.
Yes, Carlos here right on time.
Are struggling. We're going to keep scrolling through here, see what else we got in the chat as the Rams, 9:57 to go in the first quarter, are actually going to get ready to get this football back here shortly. 7 plays, by the way, for the Seahawks on their scoring drive. 81 yards. Raheem Shaheed with a 51-yard catch. That kind of helps. And then Kenneth Walker, obviously, with that bouncing outside touchdown in the run. I will say this. You got to make Sam Darnold beat you. You can't let him go 17 pass attempts like he did against San Fran. Make him beat you. Make him throw the football. And right now, the Rams not really making him do that. Obviously, a 51-yard pass is great for him. But make him throw a little bit more.
Now we got the Rams with the ball back. Whittington going to get to about the 26.5-yard line there. Decent starting field position.
Yeah, these teams do not like each other as special teams units getting into it here on that kickoff return. And so, both teams, obviously, that's what makes it more exciting, right? They're fighting for a Super Bowl appearance, but both teams are also fighting for a whole lot of pride in terms of this division rivalry. Face each other so much twice this past season, obviously. Going to have a lot of things to say to one another all game long.
Yes, they have. First down and 10 here for the Rams. 9:52 still to go, so I'm not going to start our scoreboard clock just yet. Stafford hands it off. Corum now in the game. Going to pick up about 3. They're going to be at the 27 to start off the drive.
Yeah, and this is what we asked for, right? Run the football early. Never really a fan of consistently running the football just up the middle on first down and 10, but get creative with it. Send some motion around. That's what I like to see right now. I can't complain though. The Rams are running the football a little bit more than they did last week, so that's obviously a good sign.
Yes.
Second and 7, ball at the 30-yard line.
Yes, it is. Stafford
Stafford.
going deep to Puka. Puka's got it down the
Oh!
sideline. Witherspoon in coverage. Puka just absolutely mosses them. Big play. 1st and 10 Rams.
Appreciate everyone who tuned in and subscribed to the channel. We're now at 5,300 subscribers. Appreciate all of you. But yeah, Stafford, defender in his face. DeMarcus Lawrence just gets dodged by Stafford. A little quick step to the left. Stafford throws it deep down the field to Puka, and Witherspoon's there in coverage, but never gets his head around to see the football. He's falling down as Puka makes the catch right into his chest. What a dot for Matthew Stafford with a defender in his face.
Yeah, that was a great play. 1st and 10 now from the 26. Stafford going deep again to Puka, and that's going to be overthrown down the right side of the end zone there. Just incomplete.
I'll say half a second too early on that throw from Stafford. I think Puka was going to get there if he just held it on for just a half a second longer. But that huge play for the Rams almost directly matches and responds to what Raheem Shaheed did on his play when the Seahawks had the football. So obviously, great response there from the Rams so far. 2nd and 10, Rams have the ball at the 26-yard line in Seahawks territory.
Yes, they do. 2nd and 10 here. Stafford looking to throw again towards Adams, looking for a flag.
Come on.
And that should have been a flag, and they just decide not to call it. 3rd down and 10.
Official saying that ball is uncatchable. Yeah, uncatchable because he was pushed out of bounds. By the way, Seahawks in general as a team are talking a whole lot. I hope these Rams obviously respond, because you see a just straight two-hand push out of bounds from Adams, and the ref says it's way too overthrown, uncatchable ball, so he calls no flag, and the defender still talks in Devontae Adams' face.
Yeah, he does. 3rd down and 10 here from the 26. Stafford pressured, sidearms it to Puka, just way underthrown and to the side, nowhere even close. Gonna be 4th and 10, kicking unit gonna come out here for a chip shot field goal.
Yeah, it's got to be the call there. Obviously, 4th and 10. You're not going to obviously run a play there. Great way to get down into the 30. The Rams couldn't respond afterwards, and then that's where maybe you start questioning: are you getting a little bit too pass happy? Do you pass it on first down and then maybe run it on second down? Is that even smart to do? I don't really know. But the Rams get no yards after that huge play from Puka. Harrison Mevis, 44-yard attempt is up, and it is good.
That is going to be good. 7-3 here now. 8:15 left in this first quarter. Good response drive, though, from the Rams. Needed to put some points up on the board, as we did just hit 5,300 subscribers. So thank you so much to everyone in chat for subscribing. Around 150 people in here currently.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't liked it already. TBD says, looked like holding. Manuel says, super Puka. Yeah, great effing throw. Says, Z-Man, agree with you there. Throw. Great throw there. Awful calls from TBD. Don't know if you're saying the offensive calls. Yeah, he's saying terrible play calls by McVay. Sure, being aggressive there a little bit. I don't really like throwing into the red zone or the end zone twice on first and second down, but you live with it. We move on. They'll figure it out as we go. Mace Rindrew says, you already know we'll be playing the Seahawks and the refs today. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like, right? Couple questionable no calls there. And he says only Puka is good on the Rams offense. Well, that's very, very wrong. Miles says, bro, let's just watch the game. Oh, just let us watch the game? Don't know who you're talking to there, Miles. Greg says McVay getting pass happy again, and Z-Man says at least we're off on the board. Yeah, and that's a good response. It's a good response. You want to score 7, you score 3. We'll take that response from the Rams for sure.
Yes, we will.
Josh, how are you doing? Did you do any Kalshi plays here? Any trades on Kalshi for you?
I did. Yes, this stream is brought to you by Kalshi. Yes, so I have Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp for a touchdown at any time.
Okay, okay, I like that.
And,
I like
and
that.
if you want to trade on Kalshi, make sure to use code DIGESTNFL and you'll get $20 when you trade your first 100.
Yes, 100%. Make sure you guys use Digest NFL if you haven't already. Yeah, I had a play that included Trevion Henderson touchdown, Patriots win. Henderson touched the ball about like less than 10 times, I think, in that football game, surprisingly. And then
Yep.
I had Devontae Adams for a tutty in this game with the Rams winning. Obviously, that is out the picture now after Trevion Henderson did not touch the football as much as I needed him to. So we'll move on and see if we'll be playing on Kalshi for the Super Bowl. We'll have to wait and see on that. Manuel says, hopefully our defense will hold on. They got to wake up.
They do.
They got to wake up. 100%.
They do. That was not a good play there. Andy said Adams or Kupp, who's better? Right now it's Adams.
Yeah.
Right now
I mean,
it is Adams. I think Kupp is kind of getting a little bit underrated in the current NFL, but he's definitely not. Adams would have had 1,000 yards if he played the whole season too.
And he didn't even play the whole season and led the NFL in
Yes.
touchdowns.
Receiving
I don't care.
touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't care how many people say oh, it's 1 yard touchdowns. Don't care. Touchdowns are touchdowns. And if it was easy for everybody, then everybody would do it. TBD says everybody had Stidham with 3 touchdowns. I'll be honest, I wanted that game to be a little more high scoring than that. I didn't know it was going to be a blizzard. I mean, that was insane how much snow came down from the first half to the second half. But it is what it is. Very boring game there. The Patriots are back. Boring in the AFC, so we're rooting for the Rams. So hopefully
Yes,
bring it
we
home.
are. Gonna be 1st and 10 here. 8:15 left to go. First quarter from the 35. Rams decided to do a touchback kick there. Darnold hands it off to K9 to start the drive, bouncing out to the right. Going to be briefly stopped by McCreary, but then just able to get a few more yards there is K9. Going to be about 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, and this Rams team right now, just being honest from what I'm seeing here, don't mean to make anybody upset, but it just doesn't feel like the Rams are playing as physical, as intentful as the Seahawks are, if that makes any sense. I think the Seahawks are coming out a little bit more aggressive here, ready to kind of pounce on the Rams immediately, as the Rams are seemingly kind of trying to ease into this game. That goes with tackling as well, it feels like.
It does for right now. 2nd and 5 from the 40. Darnold fakes it to Holani. Darnold, quick pass to Barner, and that's going to be dropped, but they're going to give him a 1st down.
No, it was a 1st down. He caught it. He turned and looked, and he actually fumbled the football afterwards out of bounds. So Nate Landman able to get in there and punch that football out, but it wasn't until after the ball was already completed. As you see the catches here, he turns, he looks, he dives, and then punched out by Landman.
Yeah, just a little bit too late of a punch-out attempt there by Nate Landman, unfortunately. Going to be 1st down and 10 from the 45.5. They don't give him the 46. Darnold. Hand off to K9, straight up the middle. K9 with the juke move again. McCreary and Curl bring him down. Going to be 2nd down and 2.
Just a gaping hole there from that offensive line here for Seattle. This Rams defense is getting pretty much zero. I mean, zero penetration. And KDH kind of sums it up in one sentence saying, this D is pathetic. They're at least playing like it right now. I mean,
Yes.
That's just very weak defense right there. Such a wide open hole for him to have to gain about 8 on the play.
Yeah, just unacceptable there. Second and 2. K9 just went right by Omar Spates on a juke move. Easy 1st down. I don't know what. I don't know what that was at all.
And again, this goes back to what did I say pregame? I said it over and over and over again. Kenneth Walker is the guy that I am worried about. Omar Spates just gets shook in his boots. Just left completely ankle broken there in the backfield and just couldn't make a tackle for a loss. And instead, Kenneth Walker says, I'll take a 1st down and a little bit more. And that's just how good this guy is. And that's my concern here coming to this football game is that they're not going to take him off the field because they can't. They're going to keep him on the field as long as possible. He's already got 7 rushes for 35 yards early in this football game.
Yes, he does. It's not 1st and 10 from the 38. Darnold drops back. Screen to K9 once again. Going to be an easy 1st down. And a gain of almost 15, just running up the right sideline. Just, again, bad defense from the Rams early on.
Tim T says, let's go Rams. Yeah, let's go Rams. Let's get some stops here. I said it again and again. Kenneth Walker, the X factor for me. They say run, run, run. And here you go, Kenneth Walker. Here's a pass with a bunch of big offensive linemen blocking ahead of you. Rams defenders nowhere near him. He gets a huge gain for the Seahawks offense. And this is going to be all day unless his Rams defense can wake up. This is going to be all day long. Someone's got to step up and make a play here.
Yes, they do. 1st and 10 from the 24. Darnold again to K9. This time, Kobe Turner is there in the backfield to bring him down for a loss.
Yeah, it takes your leader on defense on that defensive line to step up and make a play. He does at a perfect time. And, Kenneth Walker, he's going to get the ball over and over and over again. Maybe a little tired there after they're just, at this point, force-feeding him. But, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Seems like Seattle's approach there. Now you obviously see a new running back in the backfield. Get
yes, you do. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Darnold goes to the sideline to JSN, who breaks the tackle there on Roger McCreary, picks up about a gain at 8. Just again, these Seahawks offensive players just making all these moves, and the Rams defense just unable to keep up.
Yeah, it's like they're not ready. They didn't come out ready to play. Tim T says Ram D. Yeah, got to have them wake up here. Let's go Rams. Geez, Ramsey's awful. Manuel says, what move was that? Yeah, just kind of quick little shake there. Tackling is horrendous. It really is and has been so far in this game. Just quick little, as a quick, easy out route. Push him out of bounds, and instead he gets 8 yards.
Again, just this defense not where you want it to be right now. 3rd and 2. 1 second left. Fakes the handoff. Darnold rolling out some pressure. What a catch by JSN. I mean, wow. That was a one-handed snag on the sideline on a comeback slant route for a first. I mean, that's just a great play by JSN. I got to clap my hands. That was a great catch.
It really was. I mean, incredible one-handed catch on the outstretched hands of JSN. But again, Sam Darnold's so easy. I mean, Jared Verse, 2 spin moves, gets no pressure on Darnold.
Hands off to Holani up the right side. Going to be nothing there. Byron Young, Puna forward there to bring him down. Byron Young grabbing at that knee a little bit. He's coming in a little bit hampered today with that knee injury. And look, again, that's not even, I mean, Kobe Durant, there's nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing you can do.
I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming more of the pressure there. You're letting Sam Darnold just slowly roll to his left in such a key area for you on defense. Someone's got to get there. Someone's got to just rush him out a little quicker. Someone's got to put a little pressure on his throw, and he just didn't have any there. That's what I'm frustrated by. But 2nd and goal here. Every time they give the ball to a running back that's not Kenneth Walker, I'm happy with.
Yes, from the 9. Darnold, they are going to give it back to K9, who has a touchdown on the day. He's going to pick up about 4 there. Going to be not yet stopped. There is a flag. Let's see what this flag is going to be.
Clear hold on Puna Ford. He was pulled down from a face mask or maybe from the collar. I think that's a clear hold by Puna Ford. That's what I see, and it looks like that is what they're calling here. Something being called here on Seattle at least. They're going to say 2nd down again, and I 100% think it's going to be holding on Puna Ford. We'll see if I'm calling that correctly here on the replay.
Let's see. Yeah, you are.
I mean, just straight pull down here. I mean, what are we doing? You can't pull him there from the face mask a little high up as well when you're already behind him. It actually looked a little bit lighter than I thought it looked live, but still, that's definitely a holding.
Yeah, you can't have that happen if you are a Seahawks fan. Rams fan, you take it all the way. Going to be 2nd and goal now from the 19. Minute 49 left. Darnold fakes the screen, pressured, finds K9, and he's going to get all that yardage back. Going to be 3rd and goal from the 9 as Landeman comes up a little bit hobbled. Hopefully he's okay there.
Yeah, just a great play call. You fake one way, you go the other way, 2 screen passes at once. Again, still want to see more pressure on the quarterback there. He's able to have so much time. He could fake it to the left, then go back to his right, and still nobody's really in his face. That's a little frustrating, but good job from the Rams defense there to just keep him in front of them. Obviously, ball is now back to the 9-yard line, but 3rd and goal with 9 yards to go.
Yes, 3rd down and goal from the 9. We'll see if this is 4-down territory for Seattle. Darnold, pressure by Verse, almost intercepted there. Kobe Durant, I believe, wants a flag on the offense there. Going to be 4th and goal with 58 seconds left to go.
Yeah, he's saying illegal hands to the face on Barner as he's out there in coverage one-on-one.
Yes.
And yeah, Barner just straight gets under the face mask. Hand off. McDonald wants a flag on Barner. I mean, flag on Durant, which is insane. That should have
Yeah,
been a flag on Barner.
That is a
But you know what?
clear illegal hands to the face offense.
You know
I
what?
mean, that
That's
is no matter what, they're going to make the field goal. So, I mean,
That's what I consider a stop there in that situation. 27-yarder here should be a chip shot field goal for Myers. And I think the
yes.
Rams did their job once they got past half midfield there. So going to be 10-3, 54 seconds left to go in this first quarter after a nice field goal attempt from Jason Myers. And so I'll say the Rams got a little bit of a stop there, quote unquote stop. Obviously, didn't stop and holding the 0, but you know we'll live with 3 there in that situation. So the Rams now can respond. Quick little touchdown. All of a sudden, we're back to a 0-0 game. We feel a little bit better about ourselves. But this Rams defense is just scaring me a little bit to start. Josh, how you feeling?
They are. They are scaring me. They're not playing the way that we expect them to play coming in. TBD should be offensive PI. 100% I agree. Z-Main, if we can't keep up in scoring, it's going to be a long night. I agree. Jacob saying Rams defense looks lost. They do. 100% this Rams defense is looking very, very lost right now. That is not what you want to see here in this game. When last week we saw the Rams defense against, in my opinion, a better offensive coordinator in mine and Ben Johnson looked pretty good in most situations. In this week with an injured Sam Darnold, with only Kenneth Walker back there, I mean, let's face it, George Holani and Cam Akers are not people that you're really afraid of that back there.
No.
I mean, they're giving the ball to K9 a lot. Again, we'll see if the Rams can start getting some pressure on Darnold, sack him a couple times, they'll be really forced to start leaning on guys like Holani and Akers. But for right now, Darnold kind of having his way back there early on.
Yeah, and as frustrated as I am, I'm going to say what ESG has to say here. They say, this is what a veteran NFL team does. They withstand the adversity, and that's definitely what the Rams have done over and over and over again. How many times this last 6 weeks, again, I keep going back to that, have we seen the Rams and we're like, dude, want to pull our hair out because what are we doing? What's the play calling? Why are we doing that? What kind of throw was that from Stafford? How do we lose the football or whatever it is? How do you turn the ball over in that situation? And the Rams find a way to win. Horrible game versus Carolina. They found a way to win. Pretty solid, okay game versus Chicago. Maybe some questionable play calling. Found a way to win after a miraculous play from Chicago, right? Obviously, that miracle from Caleb Williams could have been a historic moment for that franchise, and you overcame that adversity in Chicago in the snow, and now you're down 7 early in this football game. You have having a horrible start to this football game, but I think the Rams can and should still be feeling positive here. Only down 7, and like ESG says, after all that, you're only down 7. I mean, that's it feels okay. It feels okay now.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not where you want to be. Obviously, right now, you're hoping that this Rams team can come out better to end this quarter. Start the second quarter, get a nice little touchdown here. Get the offense going more. You had a nice drive the last time we had the balls. Mike McDonald and this ref being quite friendly. Just something I'm noticing. But that is that is besides the point there. Is
Yeah.
10-3 lead here for the Seahawks. Rams going to get the ball back here to end this first quarter for their third drive of the game.
Manuel says, whose house? Everybody in the chat should drop Rams' house. As Whittington gets past the 30 to the 35-yard line on the return. Hold on to that football, and he does. So the ball will be at the 35-yard line. Pretty solid field position for this Rams offense.
Yeah, it's going to be. Again, you're just trying to end the quarter here, keep the ball. You don't need to do anything too crazy in a 7-point game. Playbook's open. Terrence Ferguson sighting on the field for the first time today. Terrence Ferguson had a couple nice catches in that Browns game, especially late. So I would like to see them get him more involved more. Seattle's held the ball for 10 minutes, almost 11, compared to the Rams barely over 3.
Yeah, I got to change that on this drive.
Hand off to Kyren to the right side. Kyren brought down by Ernest Jones immediately for a gain of about 3. And Ernest Jones talking a little bit again after that one.
Yeah, and the Seahawks defense is just flying all over the place right now, and they're looking like one of the top defenses in the league, like they have been all season long. But the Rams, last time we saw this team, the Rams scored 37 points on this team. Last time we saw this team, the Stafford threw for 400 yards, and so that's what, a little bit more of what I want to see
Yeah, I'd like that too. 2nd and 6.
from this Rams
Long
team in
6.
general.
Gonna hand off to Kyren again, just straight up the middle. Some space for Kyren, picks up about 10, gets into Seahawks territory, and that is how we're going to end this first quarter. 10-3, Seahawks lead.
Yeah, Manuel says it himself. Run the ball and run it again. You see there, almost stopped by Leonard Williams, but obviously Kyren able to go ahead and push through that hand tackle and gain a nice first down there for the Rams. So run the football, be aggressive, be physical. Start making this offensive line get a little angry here and see if the Rams can go ahead and keep that momentum going in the second quarter. Tim says, who is the Rams running back again? It's Kyren Williams in there right now. Obviously, Blake Corum is also in there. And Manuel says, hey, there we go. Some native says to think the other game ended at what they've been able and what they've been able to put up in this first game. I don't exactly know what you mean there on that one. Floyd earlier said the Rams need a long drive. They don't need to score quickly. They need to get a decent rest. Agree with you there.
I do agree there. Trying to get the quarter situated
Z-Main
here.
saying, sure. Z-Main says, great run. He's averaging like 6 yards a clip. Yeah, no, good run there from Kyren. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Floyd says, I like that use of the run set up the pass. Yep. Yep. And then it's not how the Rams have typically done it in the past. They usually pass the ball to open up the run, but today looks like the Rams are running first. What team do Rams hate the most in the NFC West? Obviously the Niners. Obviously.
Niners, not close.
I think the whole world hates the Niners outside of San Francisco. And for some reason, LA. A lot of Niners fans in LA.
I have a friend who's actually at this game right now.
Wow.
I didn't even know he was going to be there.
Rooting for, question mark?
I don't know. I just know he lives in Seattle. He's from here. He's never been like a huge football fan, so he might just be there for the vibes, which is also fine. Hey, if you're there just to have fun, that's also okay. That is okay in this circumstance. We have 246 people watching, so thank you so much here to everyone in chat. Make sure to share the stream up. TBD would love to see some screenplays. I would too. We saw the Seahawks do it this game and the last time we played them, and obviously against the Niners as well. So we know the Seahawks have a very effective screenplay game. It would be nice to see the Rams get that going as we're here to start off the second quarter. So on the top on our scoreboard, it should say second quarter. We're going to get that going shortly. Hopefully. Everything else is working though, so that is okay. This is our first time trying these new graphics. Chat box, we're trying to get going here. Going to be right at midfield actually to start this second quarter here for the Rams. Going to be an end around to Puka on first down, and that's not going to gain much. That was well covered there by the Rams as they forced Puka's helmet off, and that was Julian Love in there on that tackle.
Yeah, Puka loves that physicality, and that's what I'm saying. The Rams just had not really been super physical so far in this game. Obviously, Puka tackled very physically there on that play, ripped his helmet off, but Puka kind of has to be that guy, right? That tone setter for the Rams. He lowers his shoulder into the defender, gets his helmet ripped off, gets up with his helmet off, screaming into Leonard Williams' face, saying, okay, I like that. I like that after a 4-yard gain.
It 2nd and 6 from the 44. Stafford to Devontae. He has it. Devontae cuts back upfield inside the 25. Going to be at around the 22. A big gain there for the Rams. First down in Seahawks territory.
Yeah, quick little slant there on Witherspoon, and wow, Davante Adams, talk about getting physical. Just quick little push, and just completely flings Witherspoon to the ground. And it's not a flag. It was a legal little hand tug there, and just a nice little way to get away from Witherspoon, and great play there from Davante Adams. Good to see him getting involved early in this game.
Love to see that. Going to be down at the 23. Say his knee went down a little bit earlier. Be 1st and 10. Stafford Goes back to the run. Kyren trying to cut right. Nothing there. Nicky Manwari comes down there on the tackle. Defensive Rookie of the Year finalist. He's been a very good draft pick so far for the Seahawks.
Yeah, still like the aggression there of going for the run after a nice gain on the passing game. Keep it balanced. Kind of stay focused on keeping it balanced. That's the goal there. Obviously, what you want to see from this Rams team.
Yes, you do. The balance is going to be key. 2nd down and 10. I don't want 3 here. You don't want 3 here. You can't get down this far and keep getting 3. You got to get 7 at some point. 2nd and 10. Stafford to pass. Some pressure over the middle. And it's going to be incomplete to Devontae. Nicky Manwari in coverage there did a pretty good job once again.
Yeah, Stafford just trying to force feed the ball at that point to Devontae Adams, see if his number 1 receiver can beat this defender here. And he's there. He has the ball. It's up. A little bit of a tug of the jersey.
Oh.
Really physical top of the route as well from Emanwari. But, physical NFC Championship game, will let that slide. I don't like the tug of the top of the back of the jersey, but sure. And he says Seahawks rookie number 3 is amazing. Emanwari has been amazing for this defense. Third and 10.
Very good. 3rd and 10 here from the 23. Stafford almost fumbles the ball. He's going to get sacked, and I believe he does fumble. The Rams do recover it, though, I believe. So we'll see if they call this a fumble or just a sack.
MVP candidate. He's such a smart veteran quarterback. And what does he think here? He's going to shimmy shake Leonard Williams and DeMarcus Lawrence. Face mask isn't called. Oh, my
God.
Face mask isn't called. And by the way, they take care of the quarterback so much. And I'm not asking them to do that much. I mean, there's a clear face mask. Stafford loses the football, but I just don't understand what Stafford tries to do in that situation. Why is he trying to jump around and get away? Like you're
I don't know. Harrison Mevis' kick is up. Going to be good from 50. Like to see that from Harrison Mevis, because that is going to be another 3 points added here for the Rams. 10-6 Seahawks lead. This is still a very close game, despite the Rams not playing. But that was a fumble. And Sean McVay, face mask. We saw it, Sean. I think everyone in the world saw that. That is a clear face mask. I mean, these are calls you can't miss. These are calls you can't miss. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's a 1st down.
Earlier, you saw a 2-hand push of Devontae Adams to push him off of his route. Then they say it's overthrown it too high over his head. You see right now, Adams top of the route gets literally tugged back of his jersey. I don't even let that one slide from Emanwari, but maybe I shouldn't at this point. If they're going to not call anything there, then you're going to see a face mask on the quarterback. Never like arguing about the officials, but man, can we, like King Cash says, can we please get a call? Can we get one of these called? And right now the Rams just not even getting any calls whatsoever.
No.
It goes back to Puka Nacua in the off the field, talking smack about some of these officials, man. Might be coming back to bite the Rams a little bit.
But
not looking great so far.
See, that's what I mean. Clearly. That's why I was like, you shouldn't have said it, but at the same time, if they don't want to call as many penalties for Puka, oh sure, okay. But like for Stafford, who had nothing to do with that, that's a clear face mask. I mean, I do agree quarterbacks can be overprotected at times. That's a clear penalty.
Yeah.
When something's clear and obvious, like no matter who that quarterback is, that's a penalty. Like if the Rams grab the face, I'd be like, yeah, that's a penalty. Like that's just, you can't miss that call. You're right. Like you're trained to make the correct call. I mean, again, the Rams can be playing better. The defense certainly can be playing better. So the officials are not the reason why the Rams are losing this game. I want to make that clear. But at the same time, it ruins the game, regardless of who's playing, when officials don't make the right calls.
Yeah, I don't want to beg for calls, but David says it can't get a flag, and I just need one. At least a face mask call. That's all I need there. We'll move on. TBD says Puka was right. Yeah, maybe. Floyd says, but the refs missed the face mask on the sack. Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did.
Notice Stafford doesn't get too much.
They missed a very obvious face mask.
Stafford doesn't get too much
roughing
the passer calls.
Yeah, and if you disagree with these calls, you should subscribe to the channel right now. You should. You should subscribe. You should like the stream. You should do all that good stuff. Keep sharing the stream. Maybe go to Tom Grassi's chat during a commercial break. Put the stream link in there again. And if you're not already subscribed to Tom, he's helped us a lot. Help him get to 1 million. Please. I don't know what you're doing if you're not already subscribed. I love his Rams and Bears fan reaction video was great. If you didn't see it after this stream, go watch it. It was hilarious, as all of those videos are. But Going to be a kickoff here for the Rams. Seahawks gonna get the ball back, and hopefully some better defensive play for the Rams coming up here.
Jacob says Dez caught it is all I'm saying. We
Yeah,
also had a Colts fan earlier saying go Colts. So a lot of different fan bases jumping in the chat here. If you are not a fan of the Rams, but you're enjoying watching the stream, let us know. Who are you a fan of down below in the chat? Let us know what your favorite team is and who you're rooting for
yes.
to obviously go to the Super Bowl and face the New England Patriots. Because let's be honest, I don't think many people outside of New England, I don't think that many people really want the Patriots to win again. I was talking to a Niners fan just last night about it. I said, obviously, I'm rooting for the Rams. He was letting me know, the Niners fan telling me that he actually was rooting for the Broncos, of all
That's
places,
fair.
but all teams. But as a Niners fan, actually, obviously hates the Rams more than the Seahawks, as Sam Darnold takes a snap here.
It takes it some pressure. JSN just wide open for a first down. That's just a lousy defense there from both Spates and Williams. JSN just runs right in between them.
Yeah, just a nice comeback route. Darnold did face a little bit of pressure from Puka Nacua there, but obviously Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, Darius Williams. I know the Rams don't have a number one corner at all, but Darius Williams right now getting cooked. I mean, gets cooked from JSN, gets cooked earlier on a 51-yard pass to Shaheed. He is obviously a problem right now for this Rams defense.
Yes, he is. 1st and 10 from the 49, already in Rams territory. JSN already with almost 50 yards. Darnold fumbles a snap, but he's going to get on it. That was a weird snap there. Just went right through the hands of Sam Darnold there. Lucky for the Seahawks, he was able to recover that so quickly.
Yeah, right now, Sam Darnold, 8 for 10, 130 yards. So actually having a pretty good game to start. So that's maybe, does that rattle him a little bit? Just low snap, fumbles the ball. Is he now going to be all of a sudden a little bit underconfident here? We'll wait and see if it has any effect on him throughout this game. 8 for 10 so far. I want to see that obviously change for the Rams defense.
Yes.
2nd and 19.
2nd and 19 already surpassed his passing yards from last week against the Niners. Only 4 seconds left on the play clock. Darnold gets the play off. 2nd and 19. Pressure. Bring him down. Braden Fisk with the first sack of the game. There we go. Yep. That's what we've been waiting to see.
And what I just say, right? He fumbles a snap. All of a sudden, going to put a little more pressure on himself to try to make a play here. He's trying to read and go through his options. And obviously, Braden Fisk working. Darnold looking right, sees Jared Verse. And while he's seeing Jared Verse, Braden Fisk wins his battle on the one-on-one versus the right guard. And obviously, Darnold unable to escape that. So you'll love to see that pressure here coming from the edge of Braden Fisk. We'll see if they can keep it going here. 3rd and 27. Expect a screen pass.
Yes, 3rd and 27. They're just going to run it with Helani. Because right through Jared Verse. Didn't like that. But McCreary and Kobe Turner there to bring him down. Jared Verse, a bit of a poor tackling effort there in all honesty. And it's going to be 4th and 25. So this is going to be a clear punt for Seattle. Great job by the Rams defense making a stand there.
Yeah, you got to take advantage, right? You got to take advantage. Sam Darnold, again, drops the football, simple fumble. Your defense didn't do much work there on that play. You cannot allow them to come back, and they don't. The Rams defense don't. So they obviously do their job on that one. Great stop there, 4th and 24, 9:35 to go in this 2nd quarter, and the Rams will get the football back down by 4. All of a sudden, it's a game now, right?
It is. It is Michael Dixon, longtime punter for Seattle. Going to boot this one way back. And he fumbles that. Xavier Smith fumbles it, but he gets right back on it. Wow, that would have been a costly turnover. I mean, that was right to him. There was no reason to fumble that. I didn't even have to move. Number 83 is kind of in his grill area there, though, so kind of right in his face, but still able to get on that quickly, luckily.
What a lucky play from Xavier Smith to be able to get that football back. It literally just bounced perfectly back into his lap. That was risky. And that's why if you're a special teamer, I don't understand why you don't constantly get in the grill of the return man there and then just be ready for the ball, right? I would always assume that ball's coming out because it looked like the Seahawks special teamer didn't really expect that ball to come out. It did, and he did not get it. Obviously, Xavier Smith able to fall on top of it. 200 people in the chat here currently as we sit. We're over 5,307 subscribers now. Appreciate all of you who have just joined and tuned in and subscribed. Make sure you guys do us a favor, like the stream if you haven't already.
Yes.
And I gotta give a shout out to Kalshi. We are sponsored by Kalshi here on this channel. This live stream is sponsored by Kalshi. If you guys have not downloaded Kalshi, you can actually go to the description of this live stream. Use the link in the description. Use code DIGESTNFL. Again, that's code DIGESTNFL. You guys can use that promo code to go ahead and enter that into your Kalshi. When you create your Kalshi account, you're able to get $20 when you trade your first 100. The number one prediction market out there. If you guys want to try to start trading on live sports or any types of events across all 50 states, then you guys can go ahead and download Kalshi, use code DIGESTNFL, and you guys will be able to get $20 when you trade your first 100. Manuel says, wow, imagine if X turned that ball over. That would have been brutal.
Yeah, that would have.
Will says, Cowboys, I'm going for the Rams home team. So you're a Cowboys fan, but you're rooting for the Rams because it's your home team. Maybe does that mean that it's you're in LA and you're a Cowboys fan? Let us know what that means. See, Will. Mace says something responding to someone else. Let me keep scrolling through the chat here. And he says, do you know what team Arizona Cardinals hate the most?
Are the Cardinals good enough to hate any team?
So
I'm sorry, but like, it's like I feel like you have to be a decent team.
Who do the Cardinals hate the most? Mace says themselves, question mark.
That's a good answer, actually.
That is hilarious and probably true, Mace, if I'm being honest with you. That's probably true. They probably hate their own organization the most. I mean, it's such a weird spot to be in if you're a Cardinals fan. We'll talk about that maybe in the future.
Maybe.
Instead, Stafford come out the ball, 9:18 to go. Second quarter, balls at the 13-yard line for the Rams?
The 13, starting pretty far back here. Gonna run it to Corum down the right side, and he's gonna pick up 8. A nice play there from Blake Corum early on. The run game with Corum and Kyren's looking pretty good so far here early on.
Yeah, Stafford 3 for 8 on the day, just 70 passing yards. Keep the ball on the ground a little bit, right? Obviously, if it's going to be for Stafford, throw some quick passes over the middle of the field. Get your tight ends involved. Haven't been involved much. Maybe some screen passes, tight end screens. Get creative. Where's the creativity? When this offense is at its peak, they are being creative. And right now, not too creative, but a great run from Corum.
2nd down and 3. Stafford going right back to Corum, who's going to fall forward and pick up the first down. As Coleman Shelton kind of gets thrown a little bit at the end of that play, but no flag called.
Yeah, great physical run there from the Rams offensive line. You can just see them battling up front in the trenches. And obviously going to be one of those games you got to fight for every inch. The Rams doing a good job of it so far on this drive, at least.
Yes, they have. Byron Murphy so far having a pretty quiet game here for the Seahawks. Rams O-line doing a pretty good job of that early on here. First down. There are some Rams fans there in the crowd. I saw the Rams on Instagram. They interviewed some fans to see where they came from. And from the 24, though, 1st and 10. Run to Corum again. Makes a little juke move outside behind the line of scrimmage. Picks up 5 to the 29. Going to be 2nd down and 5. Again, some nice chunk yardage from the run.
Tim T says he still sees the first quarter on the screen. Yeah, trying to see if we can get that fixed, but
because I have it set on my scoreboard software here that's connected to our stream as the 2nd quarter, but unfortunately that is not changing right now. And the clock might be a tad bit inaccurate just because of the stream. It might be like a 2 seconds off. We
do have a donation from Mace, $5 donation. We'll get that after this play here from Stafford.
Parkinson, who's going to turn forward for a first down with Ernest Jones draped all over him. Nice play there from Colby Parkinson. Going to pick up the first.
There we go. Run the ball, pass the ball quick to your tight ends. That's what I want to see. Mace, appreciate your $5 donation. Says, can you change the scoreboard to show 2nd quarter? I'll go ahead and message some team in the behind the scenes, see if we can get some advice on how to change that for sure. As Josh continues to call some plays here.
Yes. First down, 1st and 10. From the 35, Stafford fakes the run. Some pressure. Avoids it to Puka downfield. Almost gets it stripped. Kobe Bryant and Ernest Jones in on the tackle to about the 44 of the Seahawks. Puka is hyped after that one, loving the physicality.
Yeah, great play there. You see, just I mean, for Puka to catch the ball, knowing he's gonna get hit, top of his play, his catch there, top of his route, and just four blue jerseys all around him, and yet he's still able to hang on to the football. Gosh, you love seeing Puka Nacua play football.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, I guessed the yard line correctly. Wow, that was a pure guess from the 44-yard line. Hand off to Corum again down the right side. Going to be nothing there. Great line of scrimmage defense there from the Seahawks. Uchenna Nwosu, former USC football player, making that stop.
Yeah, we're gonna send I sent some messages right here behind the scenes to the team. We'll see if we can get changes
Okay,
for the
good.
first quarter, and the chat is supposed to be flowing through as well on your guys' screen. So we'll see if we can get those things
It's
fixed.
not coming
May
through
says,
on my end either, so there is
yeah.
definitely.
May says, bet. Thanks, guys. No worries. Let's keep it going here.
Yes, 2nd and 10 from the 44. Stafford awaits the snap. We're going to go with the run to Corum. Jukes left to play. Corum's got a lot of green grass. Going to gain nearly 20 before he goes out of bounds on the left side. Great run there from Blake Corum, reading the field perfectly.
Yeah, to me, that's like Blake Corum at his best. You see it's a delayed handoff there. Stafford, pressure off the edge, able to avoid it with that handoff, and then it just bounces it outside. Corum is at his best when he does that. Tariq Woolen can't keep up, and just an incredible run from Blake Corum. And let these guys cook. These running backs are cooking for you. Keep the football in their hands when needed. Don't forget play action involved, get some tight ends involved, of course, but great run there from Blake Corum, ball at the 25-yard line.
61 rushing yards for the Rams. First down, going to hand it off once again to Corum. Still. Nope, that's actually Kyren. Sorry about that. They look very similar. And that's going to be a gain of about 2 for a 2nd down and 8. Not surprised Corum is out after that big run. He probably needs a little bit of a break there.
Yeah,
2nd and 8.
and McVay trying to call some plays here and getting the offense involved. Terrence Ferguson, the tight ends, just getting the tight ends involved, getting everybody involved. It got to be a different person touching the ball every single time. You have so many weapons. You can get creative here.
You can. 2nd and 8 from the 23.5. Stafford drops back to pass. Finds Puka, who's going to be close to a first down on the left side. I think it might be a half yard short.
Yeah, just half a yard short, lowers his shoulder, but he's already out of bounds once he tries to get that extra yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 here, but 4 down territory for the Rams. Be aggressive here.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I don't want to see a boring run up the middle here, though, Josh. I don't want to see that at all.
I would actually love play action in this situation right here. Quick pass to a delayed, maybe a tight end blocking, delays the block, obviously pops off for a quick little pass. That'd be nice. That's what I see here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a run either. We'll see what they call.
Let's see. It is going to be a run. Kyren breaks through, gets the first down. Going to pick up about a gain of 6 there. Going to be down
Exactly
at the
what
11, first down and 10.
exactly what Josh didn't want to see. They still
I
do.
didn't want, well, he didn't run up the middle. He made a little cut before he started his run. If he had just stayed up the middle, I would have been very annoyed.
Well, they do get the first down. We love to see that. A few more subscribers. Appreciate you guys for continuing to add your support, subscribing to the channel. If you guys haven't liked the stream and chat down below, let's go Rams.
From the 11, first down. Stafford changing the play. Only 4 seconds left on the play clock. Each team with 3 timeouts. And someone's going to use one, and it looks like it's the Rams who are going to be taking their first time out of the half, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You still have 2. And no matter what here, you're going to walk away with some points most likely.
Yeah, it's the first half. You don't really care about timeouts as much. Obviously, didn't like what they saw there. Maybe worried about some pressure they're seeing, just miscommunication. So going to go ahead and call a quick timeout, get your ducks in a row as McVay was able to run down and get that timeout off right away. Tim T says, come on, Rams, 13-10 at the half. That's what we want to see. Mace Winger says, would love for us to revenge that Super Bowl against the Patriots. Yeah, definitely. It was such an ugly time last time around when Brady was still playing. So definitely want to revenge that. Or avenge that. TBD says, keep running, McVay. We'll see. K dot, baby. Run it to K dot's side, says ESG. Yeah, we'll see.
I would agree with that. 1st and 10, though. Running it back. 2:41 left.
That ball's at the 11-yard line.
Stafford waits a snap. Gonna hand it off. Corum makes a nice little jump cut and is gonna pick up only a couple there. Gonna get to about the 8.5. Gonna be second down.
Yeah, TBD says love this long sustained drive. Not what the Rams have done so far in this football game, but nice job of keeping the ball on in your hands. Like John says as well, right? This game got me in the edge of my seat. Not that part, John. Yeah, appreciate you, John, for that. But I was gonna say the fatigue of their D line to Z main. I'm gonna give them credit for that because yeah, this D line is gonna be tired if you have the ball in your hand this much.
They probably won't run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And that is going to be the case. As there's
Might they call the penalty first?
I did not see. There's no flag on the field currently. So the refs are going to have a conversation here.
Yeah, I think Stafford is a little upset that not upset, but he's a little bit like, okay, they might have missed that one. But just right as the clock hit the 2-minute warning, looks like a D lineman came across. So obviously was questioned whether or not it was going to be a flag. No flag there. Tim says Rams need to get a touchdown here. Yeah. Agree with you there. Floyd says, "I love it too, as long as it ends in a TD." Yeah, that's a big thing, right? You can obviously have a nice long sustained drive, but if it ends in three, doesn't feel as pretty. So we'll see what the call is here. Can the Rams get into the end zone? 2nd and 8, kind of an awkward spot, right? To be, it's not even goal line territory yet, so you're kind of like you can get a first down, but you're probably not going to get one. And so, do you run the football here? We'll see. What are you guys calling here? What's the first play call? 2nd and 8. Ball's at what, the 9-yard line. What is your play called? Drop it down below in the chat. See if you can call it. I like a quick little slant to Puka just to get a couple more yards here. Maybe a seam route to a tight end.
I agree with TBD that this is Devontae time.
Yeah.
Is it because I have a trade on Kalshi? Maybe. But at the same time, I actually do think this is Devontae time for sure. Hasn't really been involved in the red zone early on in these playoffs, but I do think that now is the time.
The refs are not showing the Rams any love, Manuel. No. Even on that last call right there was kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. There was no flag on the field. That's why I was saying I don't think there was going to be a penalty because I didn't necessarily see a clear-cut penalty there. Someone moved. Some of the Seahawks were saying the Rams. I would guess there was movement on both sides, but I don't know who moved first. We just gotta wait and see there.
Yeah, an interesting stat here from Cameron Da Silva of the Rams Wire. 12 dropbacks to pass for Stafford so far in this football game. 13 runs. So you like the balance there from this Rams offense a lot better than they have done in the past.
Yes, you do.
Keep scrolling through, see if we see any more interesting notes here. Nothing yet. By the way, quick little note on how bad that game was, the Patriots-Broncos game. Drake May is the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for under 100 yards and win the championship game.
Really? I thought there would have been someone in like the 50s or 60s that would have done that. Although it is 2nd and 8 now, so we are going to talk about that game during the half, so don't worry if you have some opinions on that game in chat. 2nd and 8. Stafford drops back to pass. Let's see who he goes to. Kyren is wide open for the receiving touchdown. Gets in there. I believe that was half of a Fortnite dance.
I don't know if it was a cat daddy or a little Fortnite dance, something I'm missing there, but Kyren Williams out the backfield. That Seattle Seahawks defense completely caught off guard, which is what we're used to seeing with the Sean McVay offenses, right? You see just kind of two of your best receivers there, top of your screen, coming across one way, and then Kyren able to come across the opposite, and just the Seahawks defense had no answer for that. Wide open for the touchdown from Kyren Williams. Harrison Mevis makes the extra point. If he does, the Rams will be up 13-10.
Yes, they will. Mevis should make this.
Good.
Easy. 13-10 Rams.
Yeah, that's what we're accustomed to. The Rams just being creative on offense. Sean McVay, kind of what he's been known for in the past, and obviously been a struggle as of late, but just they completely fooled the Seahawks defense there. What a great play call. TBD says, agree with you there. Tim says, refs looking for penalties that aren't there. Touchdown, Rams. Manuel says, I got my Kyren Williams jersey on, the rivalry jersey as well.
Hey,
Great
love it.
jersey choice, Manuel, and obviously great timing for you. Andres says, we ain't losing today. A lot of football
Yeah, a
left to
lot
be
of
played,
football. A lot of
but they
football.
are.
This is the one game where I didn't talk as much trash to my Seahawks fan friends because I knew this game was. I was talking trash to the two Panthers friends I have. One of them being our boss Darius, and
Yeah.
then I know a lot of people from Chicago because when I went to college, a lot of people were there from Chicago. So I have some Bears fan friends who I was talking trash to, and also a lot of people from Seattle where I went to college as well. So didn't really talk a lot of trash to my Seahawk fan friends this week because I knew this one would be quite difficult.
Yeah, Tim says, I called it. I said 13-10 at halftime, a couple minutes to go. Yeah, but I agree with you there. Hey, I wouldn't mind a little pick six, though, Tim.
Hey,
I
I
wouldn't mind
wouldn't
a little
either.
pick
I mean,
six
fumble
to throw your
six. Well, fumble six is a lot harder, but pick six.
yeah, to throw your prediction off. I don't mind if the Rams go ahead and find a way to score somehow before the half
Hey, I
ends.
don't
But
either.
yes,
But actually, did we give our? I know we both gave score predictions in our videos, but in case you all missed that, now's a good time to do that. I have 24-21 Rams, so very much still in the possibilities. What did you have, Josh?
yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I had 34-27 Rams.
Wow.
The first half would be this kind of low scoring battle a little bit, and then explosion in the second half. Kind of how it was the last time these two teams played. And so Z-Main says Darnold with the pick six. We're hoping for that,
Hey,
right?
that's
We'll
very
see if that
possible. The pick six is very
that could be the
possible
case.
with who the Seahawks have at quarterback. Stafford MVP from St. Louis Rams fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Obviously, we'll wait and see on that. I believe a week from today. No,
Yeah,
sorry, no. It's the day before the Super Bowl. I'm wrong.
yeah. We got a couple weeks to go, but I think everyone's kind of, today, perfect example
I will say that was another weather game.
is, but second half, first half was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk more about that game at halftime, just because I do have some thoughts on. I didn't watch the entire game. I saw most of the first half and then got pretty bored. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean, if you're a
definitely
Patriots or Broncos
snooze.
fan, fair play to you if you watched that whole game. Sean McVay loving
Well,
it.
I'm sure you were into it. If you're a Patriots or a Broncos fan, they were probably hanging on the edge of their seat, hoping their team could respond. But definitely a snoozer for most people around the league.
Yes, Seahawks, Shaheed, touchback, going to start at the 35. Looking decently cold in Seattle, though. Gronk having some fun. Did you see the clip of Terry Bradshaw throwing a fish at Gronk?
I did happen to see that clip before we were getting ready for this, so that was pretty funny to see there. Those guys always having a good time. That must be one of the greatest jobs in the world to just be with a bunch of legendary
Especially with
players
Gronk.
or
I wanted to
alumni.
like just spend a day with Gronk at one point. First and 10 though, from the 35. Seahawks getting the ball back. Darnold awaits the snap. Low one, hands it off to Kenneth Walker. Great blocking there from the tight ends. Kind of runs into his own lineman though. It's only going to pick up about 2. If his own lineman wasn't in the way, I actually think he could have gotten a little more there.
Might have been a hook of a little arm there on Byron Young, I thought, but they're not going to call that. Maybe a subtle hold. I'm just kind of begging for calls at this point. But 149
I'm
to
not gonna
go.
lie, I
It
didn't
is.
see anything there.
It is the second quarter. You were talking about the tight end blocking. I don't know.
Yeah,
see a
I
little
didn't.
hook
I
there,
didn't
but
see much there.
149 to go. Second quarter, by the way. We know our things off. We'll see if we get some
Yes.
help changing at halftime. But 149 to go in the second quarter.
Darnold, 2nd and 9. Darnold pressured, steps up, incomplete. Great play there. Kobe Durant in coverage on to Cooper Kupp, who I'm actually surprised hasn't done more so far. 3rd and 9. Rams might get the ball back here.
Yeah, a nice little quick incomplete pass stops the clock there. Cooper Kupp usually short-handed. We know that very well. Pretty quiet in this football game so far. 3rd and 9, 144 to go. The Rams do have 2 timeouts, so they very well can get the football back with decent field position here.
3rd and 9. Sam Darnold been pretty good on 3rd down passing so far. The big play to Shaheed was also on a 3rd down. Darnold, Holani can't get that
Wow.
one. Holani out through his outstretched arms. Going to be 4th and 9. Rams don't even have to call a timeout right now. They're going to have a full minute and almost 30. Probably
Yeah, no,
potentially even
honestly,
more
it's
than that.
Zach Charbonnet watches on there, and Darnold, I mean, a lot of pressure, kind of, but just kind of throws up too hard of a bullet into Helani. If he just throws that ball a little bit better to Helani, that's probably a first down for the Seahawks, actually. So obviously, great news for the Rams, but thought Darnold could have had him there open with a lot of
Yes.
green space. But 4th and 9, the punt from Dixon is up,
But Xavier
and it
Smith
looks.
fumbled the last time. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. Again, getting right in his grill is number 83. That might be his job, actually. And we have a flag on the field, so we will see who this flag is on. If this is on the Seahawks, that would be quite nice. Let's see. Haven't made an indication yet.
Shout out to Carla, my girlfriend in the chat, says, let's go Rams. She's at work right now, so she's not home here.
Hey,
It
we like
looks
that,
like
though. We like that, though.
what was the call there? Is that they're pointing the Seahawks direction, or am I crazy?
Let's see. They did not say. Oh, they gave us a hold.
Holding. Yeah, holding.
Wow, that was a hold. Byron, actually, that was, I believe, Tyler Davis. Might have actually been able to block that if he wasn't held.
Might have been Josiah Stewart, if I'm not mistaken.
I couldn't necessarily tell there, but
Either way.
hey, we'll find.
Either way, holding.
We'll take it.
We'll take the holding call, add some
Because that was
yards,
an
I'm sure,
actual
to the end
hold
of
too.
that.
That wasn't just a sympathy call. That was an actual hold.
It was. So right now it's the second quarter. We're approaching halftime. I know our graphic says otherwise. We'll try to get that fixed. But as we're in the process of that, let us know right now. Can the Rams score? Will they score? Who will score? If you got that in your mind, you want to go ahead and predict that, go ahead and drop it down in the chat. TBD says, let's get another score.
Yes.
Appreciate it. It feels interesting, by the way, having TBD actually root for us for once. But we do,
Hey,
do love to have you on this side, TBD.
We do. I will say, if we do win, he better not be root. As a Ravens fan, he can't root for the Patriots. He can't. You can't root for the Patriots. A good call. If the Seahawks win this game, honestly, if the Seahawks win, it would still be funny for another NFC West team to win a Super Bowl in the Niner Stadium. Because above all else, it's hating the Niners. So
if the Seahawks win, which we're not rooting for,
no,
just trying to get hypothetical here. I think I would have to go for, and it would just say, my mind would just say Sam Darnold. Like it would just be like I'm rooting for the guy.
I'd be rooting for another NFC West team to win in the Niner Stadium because it would still be funny.
I don't want to say that I'm rooting for it. I don't want to ever root for an NFC West team. Gerald says 10 yards for the hold. Yep, definitely going to help us out as well and try to score here. Manuel says, wow, we don't get very many of those calls for us. Yeah, especially right there on a special teams unit. That's definitely a unique call. I don't see very often.
Rare to have special teams penalties that aren't blocks or hard hits.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare to get a holding call. I mean, very rarely, sorry Broncos fans, you might get a leveraging call. Sometimes.
There's TBD with a $5 donation. He says, I will never, ever cheer for the Patriots. All around me are Hawks fans, or the flags, etc. Go Rams. Yeah, I know. If you're in Seattle, I'm sure those number 12 flags flying around could definitely bother you a bit. I went to Seattle once, saw those flags everywhere. I mean, they're in apartment buildings, they're in the windows, they're on people's cars. It's actually pretty crazy to see. I kind of like that kind of community for sure.
That is true. You know, I do have a confession to make, though.
Okay.
I was rooting for the Mariners
after
in the
this.
AL. I was rooting for the Mariners in the AL playoffs.
Yeah, you don't hate the city. You just hate the Seahawks.
No, I love the Mariners. But first down for the Rams. Handoff. Kyren going to pick up about 5. We'll see if the Rams call a timeout here early.
Yeah, a lot of extracurriculars going on from the Seahawks side of things. I don't know when the refs are going to say enough is enough, but Dotson has been messed with multiple times here from these defenders. We'll see if they ever call anything.
He has 2nd and 5. Stafford trying to get out of bounds. Puka, Eman Worry there in coverage. That's going to be incomplete. That was another great play from Eman Worry.
I feel Puka feels the same. I feel that was slightly early, but maybe not. Eman Worry there in coverage. No, it's good. That's a great play. There.
That is. Eman Worry is really good. Like, he's really good.
I mean, really good player there for sure for the Seahawks. 3rd and 5, 1:09 to go. Still second quarter here.
Yes, would love to get a first down here. Again, obviously, Seahawks would have all 3 timeouts if they do get the ball back right now. Though 3rd and 5 from the 33.5. Stafford bobbles a snap a bit. Eman Warrior there under pressure. Puka
Flag!
incomplete.
Flag!
And they're
He's
not
grabbing at
calling
it.
a flag yet on Rick Woolen.
Was he not grabbing the back of his jersey the entire time?
Oh, the Rams called a timeout before the play.
Oh man, I was about to say that was the craziest flag I've ever seen. Like just straight gripping the back of the jersey. Right now, the score, William, it should say it for you on YouTube, but if you can't see it or you can't watch while you're just listening, it's 13-10. The Rams are winning this football game 13-10. They were down 10-3 early in this game, so great response here from this offense. We'll see here third down for the Rams. They're threatening to score at half, but they definitely have a little bit of work to do still with a minute to go.
Yes, that was actually a good timeout call there by Sean McVay, because if not, that would have just been fourth down. Seattle gets the ball. You know that 12th man is going to be loud right now on 3rd and 5. Stafford looking still under pressure. That's going to be incomplete, short of the first down. Eman Warrior again. How many pass breakups does Eman Warrior have? Like 4 in this first half? And he's talking to Stafford, and he kind of deserves to be talking right now because he's been playing like it.
I mean, he is going crazy, talking to Stafford, talking to special teams, talking to anyone who will listen to him. He's been absolutely incredible in coverage. You got Blake Corum healthy. You got Kyren Williams healthy. Ronnie Rivers out the backfield.
I don't know about Ronnie Rivers
target.
on a key 3rd down in the playoffs.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes these calls are very, very interesting. Either way, Ethan Evans, the punt is away. 1 minute to go here.
It's going to be fair caught by Shaheed. Almost drops that one, but he ends up catching it there at about the 27-yard line. Seahawks can get the ball here to end the half. I believe I think they just called a timeout, so they're going to have 2 timeouts here. Under a minute, the field goal ties the game. Seattle does get the ball to start the second half. So that is something to keep in mind.
May says, oh, Ram Darnold. Yeah, definitely. If the Seahawks somehow come away with this one and it's Patriots Seahawks, I can't help but root for Seattle in that case and call it that I'm rooting for Ram Darnold, if you will. ESG says, wow. Yeah, definitely frustrating there to see that we're not getting a score there, but okay. As long as you hold them to 0 and it's 13-10 at halftime, we'll live with that.
I wish Stafford had legs. He could have ran for 10 from Z-Main. I mean, yeah. We saw Drake May have that. Did you see that big Drake May run?
Yeah.
For that touchdown? Drake May is that again, if we do win this game, you're gonna have to keep an eye on Drake May's legs, because that O-line's not great, but Drake May is able to make plays with his legs. Obviously, post game we'll talk a little bit more about the matchup if the Rams do come out on top.
Deuce says, I want interception here. And then Tim says, it's crazy. I'm a Raiders fan, but the Rams are my backup team. Well, you've been rooting for the Rams pretty hardcore here so far, Tim, so appreciate you for sure.
Also, Tim, I'm sorry for you this season. I mean, welcome Fernando Mendoza. We'll also talk about the championship game during a half a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think the championship game, not to speak on it too soon, but definitely proved that to me, because I don't watch college football much, and I was iffy on Fernando Mendoza, the hype around him. But first of all, love him as a person, regardless of how he was as a player. Love him as a person. But seeing him in that championship game, especially that obviously touchdown run to kind of seal it, I was like, wow, this kid might be special. And I think that was definitely an incredible play there. And I think if you're a Raiders fan, you got to be ecstatic to have him. And that Mendoza Raiders jersey is going to be off of the walls, like sell out at all times. Mendoza,
especially because Raiders jerseys are already in, because they're an iconic franchise. A lot of people wear them already. And not have Fernando Mendoza, most likely being a Raider. We know Tom Brady was at that championship game as a part owner of the Raiders. So having that, that's going to be one of the highest selling jerseys in football for sure. Max Crosby's always up there every year, as he should be, because he's very good. We'll see if he's still a Raider after this off season. Could be interesting. But back to this game, Seahawks did not call a timeout. They did a TV timeout. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Seattle. All 3 timeouts. Most likely going to be leaning on the pass here, despite how good Kenneth Walker's been, just because of the amount of time left in this first half. Going to be from the 26. Darnold awaits the snap. Has it. Darnold looking, and that's going to still be hauled in there by JSN for close to a first down. Let's see if he got it.
Yeah, JSN with, again, Darius Williams in coverage. Kind of makes a nice break on the football, but man, just so sure-handed that he is. I mean, that's just the Williams hand hits right as the ball gets there, and still JSN's able to make a catch. Great catch there from JSN.
They are going to give him a first down. 1st and 10. Darnold pressured. That is almost intercepted there. Close to an interception by Quentin Lake, targeting Cooper Kupp there once again on that little comeback route. Going to now be 2nd down and 10. Good defense there, though, from Lake.
Cooper Kupp had to play some defense there. Almost
Yeah, he
on
did.
that play, it looked like basically make a tackle as that ball was tipped up at the last second as well. So nearly intercepted. Great news there for the Rams. And again, it goes back to that fumble. Sam Darnold looked slightly rattled a bit since he fumbled the football earlier in this game. Didn't lose the fumble, but still hasn't looked his best since then.
2nd and 10 still from the 36. 44 seconds left. Darnold, pressured by Verse, steps up. Going deep. JSN is wide open, and that might be a flag. But they're not going to call it. JSN gains nearly 30 there, just running straight down the field. That was a great throw from Sam Darnold. Cam curl, not a flag, shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, after I say that Darnold might be rattled, he said, well, does this look rattled to you? Wide open, the seam route gets Cam curled all the way, turn around, and just not able to even knock that football out again. Sure-handed in the air, gets absolutely leveled by Cam Curl, and still he's able to maintain possession of the football. And Darnold, pressure over the back of his shoulder there and just deals with it in his face and sends a nice ball right into JSN. A huge gain for the Seahawks. Now they can either tie or take this lead.
JSN already has 102 yards on the day. I should have taken the over on Kalshi, and I didn't. I wanted to, and I didn't do it. He already broke his over. So
there you go.
1st and 10 from the 22, already in chip shot field goal range. Wouldn't be shocked if we see an end zone shot here coming soon. Darnold takes the snap. Looking, finds Helani, who just jukes Nate Landman, and that's going to be 1st down and goal. Bad effort there from Nate Landman.
Yeah, at this point, the Rams are actually hopeful that it's 3 points and it's a tie game going into the half rather than anything else for this team, as the Seahawks are now firing on all cylinders. And again, it's a good football team. You slowed them down just a little bit, but now they are awake again and being aggressive on offense. And you see if the Rams can respond here.
Hoping for that.
Why hit him so hard? Well, you're hoping he dropped the ball, Andy. That's definitely the hope there. Doesn't drop it either way. And he says JSN's amazing. Yep, he really is. TBD has got to blitz a little bit more. Just got to get to the quarterback. I mean, the Rams aren't really a blitzing team. I think we talked about that in the past. But if you're not going to blitz, then you have to put pressure. And I think the Rams are just not doing the best of jobs of doing it. At times they are, at times they're not. And they got to figure that out.
Yes, they do. 1st and goal, 30 seconds left. From the 9. Darnold, only 2 seconds left. There is a flag, and it looks like it might be a false start.
It is.
Here we go. Maybe they can make it some calls. Well, that's going to push him back a little bit, which is good for the Rams. Let's see who the penalty was on. It's going to be on the center, Sundel. Let's see. Ooh, that was close. That was close. 1st and goal. I don't know why they're hurrying because the clock is stopped from the 14. Darnold under 10 left on the play clock. Takes the snap. Looking towards the end zone. That's going to be way too high and out of bounds for JSN. Nice catch, but nowhere close to being in bounds.
JSN catches the ball out of bounds, not even close, and then he launches the football like 20 rows up for some reason. Hope they hit a fan in the face. He just didn't even warn him. Didn't even warn anybody he's throwing that football. He just caught it and he immediately flung it into the crowd. So hopefully it didn't hit anyone. But
yeah, that's
definitely
a hard throw.
Interesting decision there from JSN.
Yeah, but I don't know why I didn't get the ball back to the ref. 2nd and goal, though, from the 14. Darnold ball snap. Darnold pressured from his back foot. How was he wide open? JSN touchdown. How? How?
JSN just absolutely nobody covering him, and to a point where Darnold had a defender in his face, in his lap, while he floated the football up over the defense. And it's just that's how wide open it is. And JSN was coming out of the backfield on that play. Jared Verse literally in the lap of Sam Darnold. And it's so easy, so wide open, and it's just nobody even close.
No, Quentin Lake just stood there. Just stood there for a second. I mean, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, I guess great play design. It looked like when you have the receiver coming out of the backfield can throw the defense off a little bit with their assignments, and the kick is up. The kick is good. So 17-13, the Rams are now down by 4 yet again in this football game. And again, at times, man, this Rams defense is just looking so atrocious. Like,
especially
it's one
here.
thing. It's one thing to give up a couple plays here and there, but to have a guy in the NFC Championship game, their number one receiver, absolutely wide open, lost in coverage, that makes no sense at all. And the Seahawks fans there at Lumen Field are absolutely loving the fact that their team now has a lead. The Rams just keep the football, right? Take care of the football, get the ball down the field when they have the ball, end the half going up 20-10. That would have been ideal. And instead, the Rams don't figure that out. Instead, the Rams give up. And you see Braden Fisk, by the way, getting into it with some of the Seahawks offensive linemen. So Rams got to figure this stuff out. Jacob says, how do you have him wide open? Yeah, don't know how that happens. Z-Man says the dude is nice. And Andy says, it's fair, far right. It's fair, right? When they let the Rams running back wide open, and the Rams let JSN wide open. So
that's
fair.
also fair.
Fair enough.
Kickoff is up. Going to be returned by Ronnie Rivers to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, 15 seconds to go, one timeout. Wouldn't really be surprised to see the Rams take a knee here and just go into the half with the score being 17-13. Be frustrated, but wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I don't think you do anything here. Neil, go into half. See what they decide. Stafford takes a snap. They're not going to kneel. To Higbee. He's going to get to the 41. Let's see, do they call a timeout here?
Yeah, you have to call a timeout here. Interesting play call from the Rams. You get to a point where it's kind of weird spacing. Do you just try to get a few more yards and just see if Mevis can kick a 60-yard field goal, or do you actually try to get to the 50-yard line and then throw a Stafford Hail Mary down the field? We'll see what they decide to do.
Well, right now, Mevis is warming up on the sideline, so it looks like they're going to try to get Mevis in range.
By the way, I found out it's pronounced Mevis, so definitely got to fix that. And I keep saying Mevis myself, so it's pronounced Mevis. We'll see if the Rams can get into any type of scoring threat for themselves here.
Trying to pump up the volume at the stadium. Over 100 decibels right now. From the 41, you have no timeouts. Seahawks going to use their... This is a bad call from the Seahawks, in my opinion. In case the Rams do kick, I would have kept that last time out, but... I don't know what you're going to do here if you're the Rams. You don't have any timeouts, so you got to get something out of bounds here. You can't do what Drake May did there when he was on the run and was able to get down with 1 second left to try to get a field goal before the half.
The advice they gave you is in the chat, by the way, Josh, if you want to take a look. It's nothing really that you don't know, I don't think. So they messaged you on...
Oh, I thought you meant in the stream. I was like, huh? I'll look at halftime. Sometimes you just have to keep replaying here until it works. See what they do here. Stafford looking, nothing there. There's no attempt for a field goal here. I don't know what Matthew Stafford was doing there. And that is a fumble. Eman Mori has it. Oh, they're saying it's a dead ball. They're saying it's a dead ball.
Yeah, Stafford was down when he dropped the football. I'm not really sure why the refs even let that go on, but Stafford nearly took himself out of the football game by that play. He almost didn't slide, would have slid awkwardly, almost got hit in the back, and that could have been a really dangerous play there from Stafford.
Yes.
Almost fumbled the football, all that. But either way, it's halftime. It is halftime. And Andy asked, why is Seattle called the 12? They are called the 12 because there's 11 men on the field, and they're saying their fans are the 12th man on the field. A historic kind of thing in their
Yes.
history. Deuce says, I'm pissed. I'm a little frustrated. I think the Rams are obviously still in the football game. Bad start to the game. Their last drive was pretty horrible to end. It shouldn't have ended that way. I think that's what hurts, is that halftime should be 13-10. You're with the lead, and the way it ended was just poor time management for the Rams offensively, trying to make something happen, didn't happen, and then you give up 7. I mean, that's definitely a frustrating thing for the Rams to have happen. Let's see here. Moving down some more chats here. Tutu to Ferguson. By the way, Manuel, I don't know if you know this, but Tutu is out of the game today. He is actually a healthy scratch for today's game. So I talked about it when the Rams signed Tutu Atwell for $10 million. I thought that was a little bit of a surprising lot of money to pay Tutu Atwell in my mind, and obviously now they have not really used him this year, so kind of proving to be true as he's
No,
a healthy scratch.
just so everyone knows, I am currently messaging back and forth trying to get these issues fixed. So you might just be talking to Josh for a little bit here because the chat, it looks like we are going to be able to get to the chat fixed here shortly.
Cool. Sounds good. Well,
Scoreboard,
Josh,
though, the scoreboard, that is the only part of the scoreboard that's not working. So
gotcha. Well, Josh has to figure that out. We'll respond to some chats here. KDH says, doesn't matter. Rams suck. Well, it does matter, right? Because if the Rams win and go to the Super Bowl, well, then who sucks at that point, right? We can't keep saying the Rams suck, the Rams suck, the Rams suck, and they're in the NFC Championship game or possibly moving on, going to the Super Bowl. We just cannot keep lying to ourselves in that case. They're not playing the best. They're not playing the best. They have not been playing their best as of late, but hey, the Patriots, I don't know one Patriots fan who is going to sit there and say that that was their best football out there today.
no.
No one's going to say that Drake May going for less than 100 passing yards is the Patriots offense at its best. And so you don't have to be your best. You just got to be better than the other team. And that's what the Rams have to do in this football game, is just be better than what the Seahawks end up with this game. And you're down by 4 at halftime. That's all right. We live with that.
Yeah, it's a close game. You do need to get a stop, though, just because the Seahawks are going to start with the ball here in the second half. So you got to make sure
Josh, your opinion on Tim C's can't talk right now. On Tim C's opinion here, JSN over Puka Nacua. Josh, your thoughts?
No.
I think generally speaking, in this football game, yes. I think generally speaking, I think JSN might be better.
No.
But I love Puka. I wouldn't trade him straight up for
The only
another.
receiver who I think is better than Puka Nacua at his peak is Joshua Jefferson, and that's it.
Not even Jamar Chase?
It's close. Puka, Jamar Chase, to me, is a debate, and then it's JSN. I think those are the clear top 4. 5 is tough. 5 right now, it's not really like CeeDee Lamb was not the George Pickens. Honestly, might have been better than CeeDee Lamb this year, if you really want to say that. So there's not really a clear-cut number 5. Probably Amon-Ra you could put at 5. Nico Collins, we saw how much he mattered to them this year.
Yeah, watching some highlights here from the first half, and Sam Darnold, the deep ball, right? We talked about his oblique injury. Can he throw the ball down the field? Well, he did it twice to his 2 top receivers, Shaheed, and threw it to JSN up the middle of the field. And then obviously that deep-ish pass to JSN for the touchdown. He's looking pretty good out there for Seattle in general. And so the Rams need to get more pressure on Sam Darnold, need to force Sam Darnold to throw the football away. I talked about this in my predictions as well. I was just kind of mentioning that I think that Sam Darnold, if he doesn't turn the football over, the Seahawks obviously have a good chance of winning the football game. And then you're talking about Kenneth Walker as well in that entire first half. I think especially the first quarter. I think second quarter he kind of died down a bit. But that first quarter, especially, what did I say? I said that's the X factor for the Rams and his defense, and he exploded in that first quarter. And so that is obviously what the Rams need to hone in on. Keep the run game bottled up. Right now, they did a pretty good job. Every time Helani is on the field, I think the Rams defense can relax a bit. Not that Helani's a bad player, but again, Kenneth Walker is just that good in my mind that you kind of perk up a little bit more when Kenneth Walker's out there. And then getting to the quarterback over and over and over again. We're going to keep repeating the same thing because the Rams don't blitz, right? TBD has said in the chat multiple times, blitz, blitz, blitz. The Rams do not blitz much. At times, maybe you'll see Quentin Lake come around the edge. Maybe the Rams need to mix that up. Chris Shula mixed that up a little bit. Carlos says it right now, actually perfect timing, says Shula refuses to blitz. And I agree, he does refuse to blitz. And I think if he does want to blitz or bring some type of different look off of the edge for Sam Darnold in that offense, that will be the key in the second half. Make Sam Darnold make mistakes. Make him have to get the football out quickly. Don't give him time to look over the field and just shake his confidence a bit. We saw it after he fumbled the football earlier, got it back, but then it wasn't really too great after. He was able to kind of come alive a bit. And so keep that pressure on him, keep him a little bit shaky and rattled in the pocket. And I think that is the key. Mimi says it, pressure, pressure, pressure. There is no pressure, nothing. They just march down the field and we are struggling both on offense and defense. And I think Seattle's defense is being much more physical than the Rams defense, but also being more physical than the Rams offense, if that makes any sense. And so continue to run the football, continue to punch them in the mouth in the second half. That is, I think, a key for the Rams if they want to continue to try to come back and win this football game. Down by 4, obviously going to have us a little bit at the edge of our seats the entire second half. Manuel says the defensive pressure is going to get to Darnold. I can see it getting closer. And yeah, it is a bit, but they got to get there. They got to get there. They really do got to get to the quarterback. Jimmy says, I think they're holding off to blitz to not tire them out. This is the NFC Championship game. I want everyone throwing up. That's how tired you are. I go all out. I don't need you to think about anything else other than firing on all cylinders and trying to get to the quarterback. That's kind of how I feel about it. Feel differently, but that's how I feel. Maybe, I don't care how you get to the quarterback, figure out how to do something. And if you're Chris Shula, you're coaching for your future, right? You're trying to get a head coaching job. This is literally your resume out there. And to continuously go out there and do the same thing time and time again, not really answer or respond to what Seattle's doing, that is the frustrating piece as well.
All right, we do have a 3 up there now for the quarter.
Just add the Q too as well, Josh, if you want. And it's not changed on my screen, by the way, for the actual stream itself. Let's see.
It should be now.
If it is a 3. Yeah, you want to just add a Q to it.
Yeah.
As Josh is figuring that out with our clock here, we have C. Will says Drake made the necessary plays to make the right play and obtain the victory. May says, seriously, we're trying to get to the Super Bowl. Jimmy says, I agree. That's what it looks like Shula is doing. Yeah. And going back to C. Will's point, right? Drake he made the necessary plays to make the right play and obtain the victory. Yeah, he did what he had to do to win the game. That's what the Rams need to do. I don't think any Rams fan will complain if they have this horrible looking game, horrible looking first half, and maybe even continue to look bad at times in the second half. No one is going to complain as long as the Rams end up on top when the clock hits 0. And that is, I think, what we're all hoping for and rooting for. The Rams win the Super Bowl. Nothing else really to say about how they are playing. They can always play better, but it's playoffs, man. Both these teams are going all out and have to have a little bit of chess matches when it comes down to these coaching staffs and the adjustments they make. We'll keep reading a couple of chats before we go over some stats here. Omar says, go Rams. Jerry says, Rams have already scored more than the Niners both games and Panthers. Let me make sure I hide this quick. Let's see here. A run game is working on Seattle. Front 4 are close to nailing Darnold. I see them getting to him in the second half. I agree with you there. I'm seeing some turnovers from Darnold in the second half. I can see some bad decisions after you get to him once or twice. That is the goal here. Omar says, thank you guys. Amak said, you're welcome, by the way, Omar. Amak says, we got this. I agree with you. I agree with you. Trying to be positive here. Janet drops a little heart there. Time to unleash Puka. It's time to unleash Devontae Adams. I mean, can we talk about that? Devontae Adams has been absolutely, at times, sometimes, non-existent, right? At times, and that's very frustrating. I think, in my mind, I think us definitely would love to see a little bit more from Devontae Adams on this in this offense. Want to see a little bit more from Terrence Ferguson in this offense. Want to see more from tight ends in general. Colby Parkinson, Davis Allen getting involved. Play action getting involved. Have Stafford roll to his right a bit at times. Over the middle of the field, Puka Nacua right running across the field. Those are the things that I think this offense does when they are playing at their best and firing on all cylinders, and they have not done that so far. Jerry says, so tired of the fair weather effing fans here. Hasn't the Rams come back on games giving up Carlos has been negative, Jerry, all the time. Anytime the Rams are losing, that's when Carlos in the chat. And then when the Rams are winning, he's kind of quiets down. So
all right, the corner is officially working, everybody. We're not gonna be able to get chat today, unfortunately. It looks like actually the corner is working.
Appreciate
so we got
you,
that
Mace.
going. I have returned to talking.
Mace says, "Thank you, Josh F. You're the man."
You're welcome. It was actually quite an easy fix, but hey, we got that going. But now let's talk about some of the other games happening here. Obviously, we could talk about the Broncos game, but let's talk about the national championship game, college first. 27-21 Indiana. Something else I love about Fernando Mendoza, by the way, that his favorite artist is Little Uzi Vert. That made me very, very happy. I'm a huge Uzi fan. Uzi, to me, is like the artist of my high school experience. I'm hoping for a new album this year. I'm hoping for it. I love the fact that he was at the game repping the Mendoza jersey, even though he's a Penn State fan because he's from Pennsylvania. I love the fact that he was doing that. The only person Uzi follows on Instagram is Fernando Mendoza.
That's actually hilarious. I love that. And while you talk about this, Josh, I'm going to take a quick restroom break. You go ahead and hit the chat if you want. Give us some stats as well.
All right. Let's do that. What do we think about the championship game? What do we think? As we do have Jerry, McVay needs to really get Ferguson and Parkinson involved, make the safeties tackle. Yeah, I do agree with that. Shador better than Mendoza from Chop? Oh, I don't know about that. I am not fully sold on that right now, unfortunately. I think Shador is overhated, and I do think he's better than what people say he is. I do not agree. I do not agree with that take, though, as we have Carlos again saying, why give Landman and Lake extensions? They suck. Lake is actually, I think, been good today. Landman's had a bad game, but they've been great all year. The game is over. That is not true. Carlos, we may have to put you in timeout again, man. I think you're being a little too pessimistic there, man. Personally. We do have the other game to talk about, though. Broncos and Patriots. Bit of a snooze fest. Quite the boring game. The Patriots, with Drake May come out on top, and they will be playing in the Super Bowl against the winner of this game. So we will have to wait and see who that winner is. Looks like for right now, the Rams very much still have a chance to win this game, but we got to wait and see if they can pull it off. Patriots defense looked awesome. Again, they did play Jarrett Stidham, but still, they did look good, as we're going to rattle off some stats for you real quick before kickoff. Let's get to the box score on ESPN. Stafford, 8 for 15, 125 yards and a touchdown. He got sacked once for 9 yards. Blake Corum, 7 carries for 40 yards, 5.7 yards per carry. Kyren, 7 for 31, 4.4 yards a carry. Stafford got 1 for 13 yards, the longest run in years there, probably. Puka, 1 for 4, 88 total rushing yards. Puka, 4 catches, 75 yards. Devontae, 1 for 23. Higbee, 1 for 12. Kyren, 1 for 9. Parkinson, 1 for 6. And then Ronnie Rivers, 0. 125 receiving yards. Stafford and Xavier Smith with 2 fumbles, but they were both recovered by the Rams. McCreary with 6 tackles, 4 for Darius Williams, 3 for Cam Curl. Landman and Durain each with the pass breakup, as well as Jalen McCullough. 3 pass breakups there total. For the Seahawks, Darnold 12 for 18, 209 yards and a touchdown, sacked 1 time for 8 yards. Kenneth Walker, 9 carries, 31 yards and a touchdown, 4.1 yards per carry. Holani, 2 carries for 1 yard. Not doing too much there at all. Darnold, 1 for 0. JSN, 7 for 115, 16.4 yards a catch on his touchdown. Shaheed, that one big 51-yard catch. Kenneth Walker, 2 for 24. Holani, 1 for 13. Barner, 1 for 6 for 209 yards. Sam Darnold fumbled, and so did A.J. Barner, but they were both recovered by Seattle. Eman Mori with 3 passes deflected and defensed in the first half as the kickoff is up. And that is going to go into the end zone and be a touchback there. As we get the second half started.
So when was halftime so short? Halftime has never been that short.
Yeah, that was a short halftime, actually.
I'm gonna be opening up a beef stick. I don't know. I gotta check the.
Ooh, okay, that's a good source of protein right there.
At least something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. During extra commercial break, I might open my stream power bar that I had last time. Might have to shout it out. It's got like 10. It's got 14 grams of protein, only 3 grams of sugar. So, I mean, if they want to sponsor, they can. 1st and 10 from the 20. Rams, Kenneth Walker gets the ball. Going to pick up about 4 there. Quick little run there for Seattle.
Again, going to be key there for the Rams in the second half to slow down Kenneth Walker, of course. Anything interesting while I was gone?
Someone said Shador is better than Fernando Mendoza.
I like Shador.
I don't think he's better than Mendoza, but I do think he is quite overhated.
Yeah, that's the best way I could put it. 2nd and 5 here now.
Yes, 2nd and 5. Seahawks at the 24.5. Darnold looks to Walker, pressured, and JSN's wide open again, 1st down.
Well, I mean, the bigger person who's wide open is Sam Darnold. I mean, he's standing there in the pocket. He's able to look left, look to his right, and absolutely has nowhere to move. He doesn't have to move at all. Nate Landman, by the way, started in man-to-man coverage on JSN. So I don't like that Nate Landman's in coverage on their best receiver. I don't like that the secondary guy is Quentin Lake, a safety. And then Sam Darnold is just sitting in the pocket, just looking over the field like it's a practice game. And that's, again, the Rams' issue so far in this football game. No pressure on the quarterback.
1st and 10 from the 36.5. Darnold changing the play. Again, nearly 5 seconds left on the play clock. Fakes the handoff. Verse there. Verse is there. Darnold barely gets the ball out. Jared Verse, 1 second later, has a sack for a loss of almost 10.
We get a little bit of pressure, and all of a sudden there's 0 yards to gain there. And actually, we're seeing a little bit of a heating pad that was applied to Sam Darnold earlier in this game. He's been wincing all game long because of an oblique injury, getting the football out down the field pretty easily still. But there you see him running out of bounds and throwing the football away before Jared Verse can get to him. Keep the pressure alive. And I don't like the defense being so just stagnant, right? You can kind of see what they're in. No movement there, no really complexity to their defense, and that's why it's so easy for Darnold to move on them.
Hand off to K9, and that's going to be a loss. Great play there by Josiah Storper. There was a flag down, so we are going to wait and see what this is.
Holding on the offense for sure. I think the offense was in an interesting play call there. They needed to buy themselves some time to get the ball to Kenneth Walker. They don't do it legally, and there's a flag for holding. I would venture to guess.
And yes, they declined the penalty. That's interesting, I guess, because it would still be a 2nd down, and that was a loss, but it would have been a further 2nd down.
Yeah, I think the Rams now 3rd down, loss 2. You'll take that loss of down with a loss of 2 yards rather than taking the no loss of downs with loss of 10. So you'll live with that. 3rd and 12 here. 13 to go. 13 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Rams can get a nice quick stop out of halftime.
Yes, they can. 3rd and 12 from the 35.
Need pressure here.
Darnold. He is pressured, and he's going to go down. I actually don't know who got him. Looks like Verse, Landman, Kobe, everyone was back there. Let's see who the sack's going to be credited to. And it looks like it's a Landman.
Landman definitely getting some shine there. Braden Fisk was in there as well. But all the guys, right, coming in and just putting all-out pressure as much as the Rams have ever really done. Bit of holding from Alani, by the way, on Landman. He's not the one who gets a tackle. I think it might have been.
Hey, Matt, I think Darnold might have just fallen. Yeah, he ran into his own lineman.
They got to give that one to Jared Verse, I think, who landed on top of him after the fact. So Dixon now out there to punt for the Seattle Seahawks. 4th and 19. Punt is up.
And this is going to be, see if it's a fair catch or return. Xavier Smith fall backwards. Is that going to be a fumble, or did he never touch it? And that's going to be a fumble. Seattle has it.
Why did he do that? Why did he touch the football? I don't understand. What is wrong with him? What if he's out? He's off the field. Take him off the field. Take him off the field. I mean, that's ridiculous. He fumbled the football earlier. He doesn't fumble the second time, and then here, Smith, get out of the way.
Did he touch it? Yes, he clearly did.
Great, horrible start, Floyd. I don't know if you saw this, by the way, but the punt return is muffed because the return man falls down. By the way,
Emmanuel Forbes is jogging, by the way, too.
Emmanuel Forbes did not even try to block.
Yeah, I mean, that's partially on Emmanuel Forbes, too. I mean, he can't fumble that. I mean,
Xavier Smith, get off of the field.
Yeah, Mike McDonald, I just want to say you did nothing. That was a bad Rams play. If Xavier Smith gets out of the way, that's a Rams ball.
But Xavier Smith, what are you doing? Like, what is your logic there? Get out of the way.
Oh.
I don't understand what the
10 now
thought
from the
process
18.
is.
Got to hold him to 3 here. That's a successful drive. Darnold pressured. And that's going to be a touchdown. And that is Jake Bobo, I believe, for a touchdown.
Well, in pretty much the most embarrassing, ridiculous way that you can lose this football game or start to lose this football game and let it get out of your grasp is Xavier Smith. And no, there's no talking to him. There's no hyping him up. He fumbled the football and picked it up earlier in the game. He's off the field. Take him off the field. He's no longer your return man.
No.
Xavier Smith cannot touch the field again as a return man, maybe not even as a receiver at this point. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I
think you got to bench him for the rest of the game.
This is the NFC Championship game. He's off the field, I think. Yep. And I'm not trying to be that harsh, but that's ridiculous. You're going to lose the football game because you made a dumb, boneheaded mistake, and there you go. The extra point
there almost missed, but it is good.
Wow.
24-13 Seahawks lead. And again, why even go for the catch here? Like, if you're already falling backwards, like, even, like, I'm just thinking about it from my own perspective here. But, like, who thought that was, unless if the call from Ben Kotwicka is to go for the catch no matter what, but even then, I feel like you should still be getting out of the way, regardless of the call. And after that, I'm definitely opening up my protein bar after that, because
it's comical. It really is comical at that point. It's just funny. It's funny and embarrassing way to get yourself down there, and it's embarrassing to say the least. We shall overcome, Manuel says, and I want to try to keep your positivity in life, Manuel. And Manuel donates to make sure he emphasizes we shall overcome, and I agree, Manuel. I think the Rams can overcome this adversity, but it's just such an unnecessary hill you now have to climb. Like, so unnecessary. If you just don't touch the football, it's your football no matter where the punt goes. This isn't a kickoff. This is just it's your ball no matter what. Get out of the way. And I've always thought, too, if you're a special teams guy, if the ball is going over your head and you got to backpedal to get it, get out of the way. Like, just get out of the way. If it goes over your head, let it go over your head. And that's how I feel. Truth says just be giving free points away. You just gave them 7. Xavier Smith, you just gave them 7 points in the NFC Championship, a game where you were down by 4. By the way, the first half, the Rams under 2 minutes could have not given them the ball either. So instead of giving them just 7, you gave them 14. You basically spotted Sam Darnold 14 points in this football game because you didn't want to just go into the half up 13-10. Not that the Rams had that much control over it. They were trying to score. I get it, but that was unnecessary to give them 7 before the half ended. And now you just straight up gifted them another 7. You're down by 11 points. You need MVP Stafford to be superhero again, and the Rams can do it. The Rams have done it before, but it's just, come on, what are we doing? Randy says the light's too bright. I mean, yeah, for the return man, Xavier Smith, light's too bright, but this Rams team needs to figure it out. I'm gonna take a bite of my meat stick here too. Pause.
No, yeah, I mean, hey, Xavier Smith, maybe he needs a protein bar or beef stick too. He needs something. He needs something. Maybe he needs to listen to a hype song. He's got to get something here for himself. 279 people in chat. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. Hey, Seattle fans, how did it feel to choke away ALCS Game 7? Nah, see, I mean, even I was rooting for the Mariners in that game.
There we go. The return is past the 20 to the 25.
Winning 10.
Going to be stopped there at the 25, yeah.
Yes. Although, again, I mean, I think 200 winning team needs to be our punt returner for the rest of the game.
You know what was kind of funny, actually? I was going to, I know it seems dumb to kind of call it now, but the third punt right now, the previous punt that was about to be returned, I literally thought, I wonder if it's going to be Xavier Smith because of that first muff. And I didn't say it out loud. I probably should have called it, but yeah, just a benching probably for Xavier Smith. We'll see if that's the case there, as I think he's there on the field. That's kind of on field.
No. And that's going to be first play. Fake the run. Stafford has all the time in the world, going deep, wide open. Colby Parkinson down the right sideline to nearly, I think he's going to be down at the 30-something, and Parkinson is definitely hurt. He is for sure hurt somehow. Although he's coming back on the field,
no, it's okay.
Scott, I mean, Josh Job's a terrible matchup on him, just size-wise. Yeah, Job just, again, had a good season. He's just too small to be on a tight end. There's nothing he can do there. And Leonard Williams is all over Davis Allen, and there's no flags called there either. I'd prefer no flags called on anybody there than a double flag, actually. Going to be at the 35 exactly. First down run, Corum. Still going, picks up about 4.
Yeah, one important key to note here, right? Rams are down 24-13, but key piece there, the Rams down by 11, right? So you go ahead and kick a field goal if you have to at some point in this game. You're still down by 1 possession, down by 8. So obviously, the Rams would still have an opportunity to come back if that is the case. You have to settle for a field goal at any point in this game. So that's a great goal there.
You want to get 7 here. If you get 7 here and then you settle for the field goal and you're down 1 entering the 4th or something, then sure, you're fine. But
yeah,
you want to get 7 here. You got to get a nice response here.
Just get in the end zone first. We'll talk about whether or not they should go for 2.
Yes, 2nd and 6. Stafford trying to get it all back to Adams.
Bang!
Start! And that's going to be down at the 1. First down and goal. And Adams is slow to get up, but I think he's just angry that he didn't get in.
Yeah, Patriots fans, time to watch a real MVP work here. I just dropped that in the group chat here. Stafford says, you need my help. You need me to be the guy. Well, here you go, Devontae Adams. Here you go, Kobe Parkinson. And all of a sudden, 2 passes down the field. Stafford says, this is why I'm the MVP. And he's going to go ahead and hopefully force the ball into the end zone here. 1 yard touchdown. Hey, I'll take it. I don't care who it is.
By the way, that was on Josh Job again. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
That the Rams may have found their matchup.
Talk about Devontae Adams' time. This is Devontae Adams' time here. We'll see what the Rams decide to do.
It's actually going to be a 2-yard touchdown, a full 2-yard touchdown. Trying to go there. They get there. Devontae touchdown. Going to make this back to a 1-score game. You can't be talking because you are losing, so I didn't like that, though.
Come on. Now, you could talk all you want here in this kid's situation. I know you're down still, but the Rams in this situation say, oh, we need it. Here you go. We're going to go ahead and get it back right away. And the Rams respond phenomenally. And who do you want to get involved? Devontae Adams over and over again said he needs to come alive. And what does he do? He says, here you go. I'll come alive right here when you need me the most. So what would have been interesting to see them go for 2 here. Looks like they're going to go for the kick here and go be down by 4.
I'm fine with it. To take your points, get 7. You're in a 1-score game now regardless. The game resets. You reset. This should be easy for Mevis. Got to change that, and that is going to be good. 24-20, Seahawks lead. Just over 9.5 left here in this third quarter. Well, my score pick is going to be wrong. Yours is impossible. Well, actually, no. You said 34-27, right?
Mine's still alive.
You were. I did not think it was going to be this high scoring of a game. So you were definitely right.
All it would take would be a field goal left for Seattle, no more touchdowns, and then you have the Rams go 2 touchdowns, and my score would be exactly correct. We'll see if that's the case. And King says, it's always good when our offense has urgency. And yeah, it's almost like, are we kind of happy that he made that mistake and kind of woke a dragon up here out of nowhere with how Stafford all of a sudden turned into MVP on that drive. And Floyd says now the D needs to get a stop. 100% agree
Yes.
there. Defense needs to wake up here. Manuel says that was like a layup. Yeah, when you got 2 yards, what did I
Truly.
say? Devontae Adams, and we said that's a layup here, a little free throw attempt almost, right? It just seems so easy and unstoppable. D says, get a dang stop. And that is 100% how we all feel. May
Well, I
says,
mean, if Xavier
LFC
Smith doesn't
Rams.
fumble, we don't even need to get a stop.
I agree with you there, but hey, maybe it woke up the offense. Maybe we thank Xavier Smith a
Maybe.
little bit. If they win this football game, maybe we can move on.
Yes, as we're seeing Ben Stiller looking like an '80s character here in this commercial. Oh, that's Super Bowl commercial preview we just got, so we'll see what that is. If we do stream the Super Bowl, we are going to give some narration of the commercials, in case you cannot watch and only listen, because we know those commercials are going to be up there. How's the beef stick treating you, Josh?
It's good. I just need something in my stomach so I wasn't starving here. But what are you guys eating right here?
That's fair.
While the Rams are coming back and try to come back in this football game, what are you guys grubbing on right now for game day? Let us know what the meal of choice was. You got any snacks by you? Nachos. Josh is always a nacho guy on
I
game
am. I'm a
day,
big
it seems
nacho
like.
guy.
What are you guys grubbing on here? I know we asked it earlier in this game, but hey, first half goes by. You get a little hungry, I'm sure. So maybe some of you guys picked up some food along the way.
Oh,
What
we got a
are you
$20
guys
donation
eating?
from Mimi. Thank you guys for doing this. I'm at work and get to watch the game because of you. Thank you. Please, defense. Please. You're welcome, Mimi. And yeah, I agree with you. Please, defense. Hopefully you're having a pleasant day at work. Hopefully we're making your work day a little bit better here.
Yeah, Mimi, I gotta say, I really relate to you. I'm a guy of many workplaces, and my experience the last 10 years worked so many different jobs, and I know there's so many jobs you work where you just simply can't. Yeah, sorry, I can't afford to pay for all these streaming services that I need to watch these games, and so if I don't have an illegal stream that works for me, I got to go to YouTube for someone like us, and so we're doing this for people like you, Mimi. We really appreciate you for letting us know that you're out at work and listening to us. Hopefully, we're commentating this game pretty well for you. As
That's fair.
ESG says, we did not get a stop. We did get a stop, 3-and-out last time before the fumble. Yeah, no,
Yes,
100%.
that
Yeah,
is
the
true. We
defense did look
can.
good.
I mean, obviously, starting from the 18, it's a lot tougher to get a stop. But Sean McVay hyping up the team here and loving to see that. He
Johnny's
doesn't look cold
actually
one bit.
he's probably sweating. Johnny's actually grabbing on crab cakes. That's an interesting game day snack there, huh?
Especially in California. If you were in like a coast, like if you were on the East Coast, you'd be like, that sounds pretty good. I feel like there's not too much good crab out in California. From the 35, though. 1st and 10, I'm going to run it to Holani, who actually picks up, actually is going to be stopped there. Good play there by Quentin Lake and Byron Young, and to pick up about 3 on the play.
Becca says making French dip sandwiches. Oh, you guys are killing me
Wow.
with some of these. That meat stick does not hold me over enough. I'm starving. Can't wait to. I would love to try some of Becca's French dip sandwiches. Definitely.
That does sound very
Leftover
good.
roast.
That does
Sounds
sound very
incredible
good.
there. Crab cakes. What else we got here? Nothing else in the food category. But back to this game. And Sam Darnold can make mistakes. We'll see if the Rams can force one
Can.
here.
2nd and 7. Darnold changing the play again. Kenneth Walker replaces Holani in the backfield. That's just who they go to. There's no room anywhere. Landman brings him down with the help of Desjuan Johnson. Going to be a loss of 2 there. Going to be 3rd and long.
Got to give a lot of pressure to Braden Fisk, middle of that D-line. A lot of penetration that I saw immediately push the entire O-line back, it looked like, and obviously left zero room for Kenneth Walker. And I talked about this in the beginning of the game, again, over and over. Kenneth Walker, the X factor, great first quarter. Amazing job by his Rams defense responding and not allowing him to completely control this game. 12 rushes for just 38 yards now after he was running at like 7 yards a clip.
3rd and 9. Darnold's got time. Open is Kupp, who makes McCullough miss, and that's going to be a 1st down. Cooper Kupp was going to haunt us in some way, and it was right there.
Yeah, 3rd and 9, and there's a long time for the Rams where they knew 3rd down, going to Cooper Kupp all day, every day, and the Rams, a familiar face there to see Cooper Kupp just get open and find an open space. I mean, that's just a veteran move there, quick out route. I mean, oh my gosh, Jalen McCullough was just completely lost in coverage.
He was.
Though.
He made Jalen McCullough look pretty bad there.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
1st and 10 from the 48.
Darius Williams on Shaheed again, by the way.
Don't like that. They run it to K9 again. He's got some space straight up the middle, carrying 4 people, and that's going to be a first down for the Seahawks.
Yeah. He's a big, strong, physical runner himself. Again, I told you, Zach Charbonnet, I know he's a big piece of this offense, but Kenneth Walker is also good at churning those legs, and he just takes the hit straight on from Quentin Lake. He has Omar Spates on his back, and he still powers through with some help from his offensive lineman to get a first down. Just a nice, powerful run there from Kenneth Walker.
Yep. Not what you want to see here midway through this third quarter. From the 41, 1st and 10. Darnold empty backfield. Some pressure. There is a flag. Nope, there's no flag. They took it off. As Helani picks up 9.
Yeah, just again, too much time there from Darnold. He's able to sit back, look over the middle of the field, and Helani's just coming right across of that middle of the field, wide open there for a nice catch and a nice gain of 9 there for Seattle.
Again, if you're the Rams, this is a must hold the 3 here, in my opinion.
May says hard not to still love Kupp, but dang, yeah, and hard to root for him when he's in a Seattle jersey. I was close to repping the Cooper Kupp jersey today, decided otherwise. Aaron Donald it is.
It's a good pick. 2nd and 1, JSN wide open on the screenplay, going to pick up about 10, going to be first down inside the 20. They're already in the red zone.
Yeah, and this is where it's key for the Rams to hold them to 3. This got to be your stop here. Of course, you wanted them to hold them to 0, but now that they're here in this position, wake up a little bit. Great blocking, by the way, from Cooper Kupp there. And it's just a key for the Rams to hold them to 3. You're down by, if you can end up being down by 7 after this drive, you feel a whole lot better about your chances in this football game. 11 targets, 9 catches for JSN, 119 on the day.
139.
139, I'm sorry.
It's all good. 1st and 10 from the 20 exactly in the red zone. Darnold, under 5 left on the play clock. Fakes it to K9 versus there. Barner, wide open, picks up 8 as he spins with Spates in his grasp for an extra 2.
I think that handoff faked out the cameraman. I think it faked out Braden Fisk, who was still trying to tackle Kenneth Walker on that play after he did not have the football. So great fake there from the Seattle Seahawks. And they're just great job of timing these play calls out. That's tricking the Rams almost every single time.
2nd and 3. Darnold, and that is going to be overthrown to Jake Bobo. Good on the Rams for picking that up, by the way, because you know what happened last time they didn't pick it up.
Can we look at the replay to make sure it wasn't a pass thrown behind them?
Yeah.
Can we double check that real quick?
In the Patriots game, the Patriots had, I think McVay is saying that, Patriots had a touchdown that was not called. It was just called a backwards fumble recovery that they couldn't advance. But yeah, for some reason, it was a touchdown in our game. I don't know about that.
Exactly.
Call.
I told you. You could all of a sudden advance it. But I was going to say, too, on that, I think McVay was probably upset with Darius Williams being 8 yards off of the receiver there. I don't know what he was doing there.
Yeah, that was not great. 3rd and 3, though. Steve is 4 down territory for Seattle. Darnold is pressured, and Kupp's wide open, and Cooper Kupp gets in for a touchdown. Well, I will say I just made some money, but that doesn't matter. I do want the Rams to win this game.
You need to get pressure on the quarterback. Kobe Turner gets a little bit in the middle, but you got to get there. And if you get there, this play can't happen. It's just Cooper Kupp over the middle of the field. It's just, I mean, he's there. He shakes and bakes Quentin Lake. I mean, it's just so easy. Why did Quentin Lake not
keep running? He just stopped running.
It's just so easy. Like, I don't understand what these Rams defenders are really looking at times, and it's very frustrating. The defensive backs have just been a complete disaster at times in this football game. It's already going to be 31 after this kick to 20.
And that's going to be down the middle and good.
Now, Wells says we will win, Josh. I know I'm not trying to be super negative here, but man, you're down 11 now. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating because all the things you wanted to come out of this game, you wanted to bother Sam Darnold a bit. You wanted to get to him a little bit. You wanted, obviously, Stafford had his opportunity in that last drive to be MVP. You wanted Devontae Adams to come alive, and he kind of did that last drive, but it's not happening on the other side with defensively. And Money J says, our defense is sorry. D says our defense is a disgrace. And I cannot sit here and argue with them. I can't say, well, if you think about, there's nothing to say. This defense is atrocious. And in all honesty, if Chris Shula gets a head coaching job after this, I'll be shocked. And it's not because of him necessarily, I guess. I understand he has had experience coaching and has had his moments, but I mean, this is porous. This is absolutely horrific on defense, and they're just not getting the job done. And plain point blank period, they're just not getting the job done
No,
in
they're
this
not.
football game.
Not
And
at
maybe
all.
maybe you got to give credit to the Seattle offense for finding out, hey, you know what? These corners aren't that good. And hey, you know what? If we get the ball out quickly and the pass rush can't get to us, then maybe Sam Darnold will be okay. And I think that's what's happening so far in this football game. But at times, you're not even forcing Darnold to get the ball out quickly. He's not even. He just has so much time that the Rams are letting him get, and that's what's being really, really just horrible. And Floyd saying that the defense might just be tired and a little bit worn out, but it's the NFC Championship game, baby. Eat a protein bar, drink an energy drink, whatever you need. Play football until you can't anymore. If you're just too burnt out and tired, then we'll sub somebody else in there who's not. That's just where we're
Yeah,
at right
as
now.
in D saying, how is Darnold carving up the defense? Because he has time.
It's it.
They're eating
That's
the
it.
zone up. I do agree.
I
Money
don't agree
saying
with.
D linemen are out there being blocking dummies. They can make moves and use their hands, even play trying to bull rush. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more they can do. We're about to hit 400 people in chat, though, so thank you to everyone who is tuning in. Make sure to subscribe right now if you believe that the Rams can win this game. Young Verse haven't done anything for months. Young has been decent all year. Verse has definitely not had the year that we hoped he would coming in.
Peter says, agree with King Cash. Hate the Rams zone. They always have. Their defenders are often not even close to the receivers. Yeah, their zone defense is pretty atrocious as well. I mean, it's just I hate zone in general at times from a defense. And if you're really, really talented at reading the quarterback's eyes at times, you have a great pass rush, and the Rams at times have a great pass rush, but you talk about like Byron Young leading pass rusher on this team. He had 12 sacks, but the first like 3 weeks he had like 5 of them, right? So that pass rush slowed down over the course of the season, and it's just not really there right now. And Floyd says the bull rush is the only move for Jared Verse that he has, and that's what it feels like right now. His return from Whittington goes past the 20 to the 25, and pretty consistently where he's been able to get stuffed up every single time. That
There's
25 yard line.
There's a flag. Let's see who it's on.
He looks a little hurt, actually. Yeah.
Coming up slow. Let's see who it's on.
Grabbing at his ribs, Whittington was. And we'll see what this flag is. Refs may be helping the Rams out a little bit.
Let's see. Oh, I guess not. Illegal block in the back, I think.
Illegal block in the back by the return team. So that is not what you want to see at all.
What? That was a face mask. Oh, no way they called that an illegal block in the back, right? You saw the face mask too, right?
I didn't see, actually. I looked down just for a second.
Right that was a clear face mask. Someone face masked Ronnie Rivers.
Here we go. Well, Stafford needs to be MVP again. 4:45 to go in the third quarter.
Stafford fakes it. Going downfield. Devontae's wide open near the 50 down the left sideline. All over on Julian Love. Great throw there from Matthew Stafford, by the way, playing his best playoff game so far this year by far.
Yeah, and over and over and over again, we said Devontae. And this is the second time Devontae, he just gives a little bit of a hand push on Witherspoon, and he just flies. Like Devontae has superhuman strength right now.
Stafford from the 48 has some time. Parkinson's going to get nothing. Eamon Warrior's right there.
Eamon Warrior.
Oh, this might be roughing the passer. Let's see.
Eamon Warrior, what a tackler. As we're watching the highlight from Devontae, the quick out route, kind of post out. Corner route, I guess you should call it. Illegal contact from the defense here on this one.
Ooh, we like that.
So that helps for sure. Got a lot of Hawks fans in the chat. Either way, you root for the Rams, you root for the Hawks. Don't really care. Just like the stream if you guys like what you have to see from us here. As there was a little bit of illegal contact. Thought it might have been, not a crazy call, but
we'll take it. They didn't. I think they just moved us up 5 yards to 48 of the Seahawks now. Nope, 47 of the Seahawks. Hand off to Kyren. Kyron's got some space up the middle, going to pick up about 5.
Love the handoff, by the way. You're down by 11 points. NFC Championship game. It's a tight game.
Hang on. Kobe Turner's going to the locker room.
Kobe Turner going to the locker room. Don't love to see that. But for the Rams side of things, right, you are in a pressure situation right now.
They're showing Kobe Turner.
He was limping a little bit on his way back there. Jordan Whittington.
Yeah, Whittington we saw come up a little bit limpy. Well, Xavier Smith may have to be back out there, unfortunately.
Yeah, no Tutu Atwell, by the way, today. He's inactive.
No. Stafford. There is a flag. Let's see what's on. Kyren just gets lit up, but it doesn't go down yet. It gets lit up again. Let's see who this flag is on.
It's holding. Got to be holding on the offense, I think, on this one. But just saying, I love running the football when you're in this pressure situation to keep being aggressive and run the ball. But anticipating a holding call. Yeah. Illegal hands to the face, it was.
On the offense?
Yeah, illegal hands to the face to the offense. Looks like Alaric Jackson is the call there as he sees the edge rusher coming in, and he just completely hand to the face mask. I mean, he has a hand in his face mask as well, it looked like, but
yeah, Alaric Jackson, he's saying he knows. He
said he got him.
Yeah, he believes that was the right call.
2nd and 15, Rams down 11, 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Let's go Rams in the chat. Ball's at the 48-yard line for the Rams in Rams territory.
Yeah, just got pushed back to where they were before the other penalty. 2nd and 15. I don't know about the handoff here to Kyren. I didn't like that. Going to be third down. I didn't like that play call at all.
You know Stafford's playing like an MVP right now at times. I don't mind running the football at times, but now you put yourself in a third and guaranteed pass situation. No, everyone knows you're passing the football now, so don't love that call. Seahawks players got their fans up and cheering, trying to get them up to be loud there at Lumen Field. 3rd and 12 here. Let's see what the Rams end up calling.
Well, you got to call a pass play here. This might be 4-down territory if you get close. Stafford, he's pressured, gets out of it. And that is incomplete. Oh. Wow, that was nearly intercepted. Puka had to play some defense there, actually.
And the closer we get to the fourth quarter, the more I'm feeling like this is just might not be their game, man. And you see there, Woolen is just all over Puka Nacua. And it was a great ball by Stafford. But if Puka didn't play defense, that is interception time, and that is going Seattle's way. So there's a flag on the play. The refs are convening and talking. We'll see what they end up going to be. They're going to call here. As Tariq Williams is actually mad. There might be a unsportsmanlike conduct on Seattle here. Hold on. Let's see what the refs call here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pass interference. Unsportsmanlike.
15-yard penalty. The Rams get the football. So
here we go.
Now we are going to see.
Not over yet.
Now we're going to see after.
For what? What did he
do?
Tariq
Woolen had an incredible play. He goes to the Rams sideline. He taunts the entire sideline right in front of the official.
Oh, you got to do it when the official's not on the sideline. See, my thing is taunting shouldn't be a penalty in the NFL, but.
Wow, that's a crazy call. That's a crazy call.
I don't know about that call, but we'll take it.
We'll take it for sure.
That's for all the missed calls in the first half.
He must have said something a little bit crazy.
Nearly 500 people in chat right now. Make sure to subscribe right now. Ball all the way up to the 36 of the Rams. Stafford going for the end zone. Looking for Puka. Got him. Let's see where he's down. Touchdown, Rams. What a throw from Matthew Stafford.
We're going to need to see a replay for sure. Puka obviously talking back now himself as the Rams have an absolutely horrific bad muff punt earlier in this game that could have lost them the football game. Instead now a horrible call by Tariq Woolen.
That is a touchdown.
Might have been a touchdown now for Puka. Looks like he caught the ball. Inbounds, he has a catch. It's on his hip. He's down right there, hits the pylon, and it's on who else is in coverage? Tariq Woolen makes a huge mistake and then gets it right back, gives up 7. So you see the Rams make a horrific mistake on their end with the muff punt leading to 7 for the Seahawks, and now right back Tariq Woolen a horrific penalty after a fourth down. It's going to be a punt for the Rams. Instead, it's a first down for the Rams, and Puka says, "Here's a touchdown. Here's 7 points for you, Tariq Woolen." And wow, what an incredible turn of events here for this Rams team.
This is a touchdown. I don't know what they're reviewing.
Well, you got to make sure you check it. As you see the pylon gets ripped, you see the camera just ripped out of its cord, by the way.
That's a touchdown. Yeah, the camera does get ripped, but that is a touchdown.
Got to make sure, but touchdown Rams. The review this touchdown is under review, so we'll wait and see. But coming out, if they get,
I mean, regardless, it's first and goal, and you'll get in. So
yeah, and if they get the ball, I mean, if it's touchdown and they get the extra point, the Rams will be down 4. So wow, what a crazy turn of events. Tariq Woolen just gifted you a first down. The Rams take advantage of it. ESG says boneheaded mistake, and it definitely was a horrific mistake. But the Seahawks have been talking all game long. They've truly been talking all game long. And again, if you want to say, while the Rams are getting helped by the refs, well, go back to, a lot of the calls they missed earlier in the first half, and then also the Rams gifted them 7 earlier. So football has a way of finding a balance here. And I think this matchup especially, Seahawks-Rams, have had such a balanced rivalry the last few matchups, and I think that's been huge here, as you're seeing just kind of the way one mistake happens on one side. Now all of a sudden Seattle makes a huge mistake that possibly gets the Rams back in this football game. It's close to being a horrific situation for the Rams, and Tariq Woolen saves the Rams a little bit.
Now, regardless, I think we're scoring a touchdown here, regardless whether it's this play or one of the next few plays. Defense. Come on.
Yes. Defense. This is your opportunity 100%.
Please, all we have to do is pressure Sam Darnold. He won't be able to do anything. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I agree there. I would love to see at least 1 interception. You're able to get him to throw 6 in 2 games this season.
I will give him credit. He's playing very well. I kind of have to give him some credit. He's having a great game. He is.
No, Sam Darnold is having a really great game for sure. Patrick says, what a dummy, I'll say, to taunt. I agree there. I picked the Seahawks to win. Andy says, well, we're hoping that you're wrong on that one. Timothy says, the defense needs to do something, and we agree. We're right there with you. The defense does need to do something. King Cash says, okay, Muff and unsportsmanlike conduct, we're even. Yeah, hey, we're even. We're even. The Muff punt saves the Seahawks, and then obviously that taunt saves the Rams. And you want to go ahead, Josh? Oh, I guess we're waiting for the official call, huh?
Yes. For the we are waiting for the official calls. We'll look more in chat. We got taught that lesson week 3 from Andres. Yeah, we did. They did call it a touchdown. Thankfully, that is the correct call. I don't know why this took them so long. This was really obvious. But
yeah, they wanted to make sure his feet weren't touching out of bounds before his bottom was touching. But yeah, you see here, Tariq Woolen goes to the entire sideline.
Oh.
And he's taunting, and he does.
That was a second taunt. I was like,
don't. Get a flag.
I was like, don't tell me he taunted again. Yeah, I don't know why he went to the entire. I think it's because he walked on the sideline. If he stayed on the field, I actually don't know if they would have called it, because he walked on the sidelines. That is a flag. The extra point from Harrison Mevis is good.
So the Rams now will be down by 4 with 2:06 to go in the third quarter. And Stafford versus man coverage tonight, 7 for 12, 117 yards, 2 passing touchdowns when Seattle is in man coverage. So obviously taking a huge advantage of that. He has the better receivers out there on the field versus these cornerbacks. When it's one-on-one coverage, very difficult to guard Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. They've been struggling to do that. And Stafford says, attaboy, let's make it happen. Let's keep it rolling. 2:06 to go. There's a lot of football left to be played. And defense, we're asking for one more time. D says, come on, defense.
Please.
Rashawn says, let's go Rams. Greg says, refs want to take this game away from the Rams. They just gave us a blessing there.
Yeah, they just gave us 7 points. So let's.
And by the way,
arguing on the sidelines.
By the way, that flag, is huge, because now the whole Seattle defense is arguing and yelling at Tariq Woolen. So that could change a little bit of them being on the same page. So we'll have to wait and see if that shook up the defense a bit next time the Rams are out on the field. The kick is up here.
This is returnable for Snead, which is always scary. Snead going to be brought down before the 30. Great play there from the special teams unit. As we're seeing it again, is Tariq Woolen arguing with everyone on that defense. Kobe Bryant, Leonard Williams, Nicky Mamori saying, come on, man, you can't be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Eamon Warrior, I mean, he's having such a good game. If you're Eamon Warrior, you're a rookie, you're a leader on this defense as a rookie, you're making plays. You got to look over at your teammate and say, hey, I'm the young guy. How am I having to tell you to wake up and focus and lock in? And this
Yeah, he
defense
really has
needs to
attitude.
figure something out here as that they're now in shambles a little bit after that horrible taunting flag.
1st and 10, they fake it. They end up going to Shaheed on an end around, and that's not going to get anything. Going to be a net gain of 0.
Incredible coverage from the Rams. Look like they read it all the way. You see Raheem Shaheed in motion. They just sold out and locked down on him in the backfield and were able to get him to just gain 0 on the play. Tim says, Matt Stafford, comeback king. Manuel says, let them fight. Yeah, let Seattle fight.
Yeah, let them
May
fight.
says, we got this, Ramley. Keep the positive vibes going. Yeah, I'm feeling good now. All of a sudden, that play really made me feel good, and see if the Rams defense can now make me feel even better here. 2nd and 10, 1:23 to go. Clock is ticking.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. If this is 3rd and long again, you got to get a stop. Only 2 seconds left on the play clock. Got to get it off. They do. Fake to K9. Sam Darnold's pressured, and he's just going to have to throw this away. 3rd and 10. Juwan Johnson in there with the pressure. By the way, Juwan Johnson's had a very good playoffs.
Yeah, just great pressure there up the middle. Sam Darnold had nothing over the middle of the field. He had to rush out, and that's what you have to continue to do. Get that pressure, get him out the pocket, and then when he's out the pocket, keep the pressure on him in pursuit.
3rd
I have
and
a friend
10.
that said his barber said he'll give him a free haircut if the Rams win, and then someone else in the chat said 27 wants him to have that free haircut.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. 3rd and 10 from the 27. That's a delay of game. They don't call it. 3rd down. And they, let's see. That's going to be close.
Get a tackle, Cam Curl. You got to tackle him.
He didn't get it.
You got to make that tackle.
He didn't get it.
They're calling it first. They're calling it a first.
It looks like they spotted him short.
Yeah, I think he did. The reach over is there. It's a first down.
Oh.
Manuel says, let's go defense. And yeah, Cam Crow, you got to get there. You got to get there. It's all right. It's all right. The Rams can settle down here.
At least he pushed him out of bounds. Actually, that would
have been a clutch time to get a stop there, but it's okay. The Rams got to keep it rolling here. Peter says, can the DBs do something here?
Hopefully.
A pick would be nice. A sack would be nice. Let's see here. 1st and 10.
From the 37.
Sam Darnold from the 37.
1st and 10.
Pressure.
There is some pressure. And Halani able to juke out some more yards there. It gets about 5 on that one. It probably should have been about a gain of 2.
Well, we're going to go into the 4th quarter with the score being 31-27. Kobe Turner, by the way, is making his way back to the Rams sideline. Still has a bit of a hobble in his step, so we're going to have to wait and see the update for that. But end of 3, it's 31-27. The Rams and Seahawks love to give us these types of matchups every single time that they face off, it seems. Remember, in the regular season, this matchup was separated by just 1 point. And so obviously this is a close one. We'll see if the Rams can get a stop. Andy says so far this is a good game. It's a great game if you ask me.
It's a really good game.
Having a lot of fun here. Manuel argued that last play was short, but they ended up calling it a first down.
It looked short to me too. It looked a bit short. The way they spotted him looked short, and then again they gave him a first down.
Well, by the way, while we're here, folks, if you guys head over to our description, we do have a link down in the description. You guys can download Kalshi with the link in our description. Use code DIGESTNFL. Want to thank Kalshi for sponsoring our channel, sponsoring our videos, and our live stream. Appreciate Kalshi for all of their support. And if you guys don't know, Kalshi is the #1 prediction market in the entire United States. And by the way, no matter what state you're in, all 50, when you use Digest NFL as your promo code, you get $20 when you trade your first 100. Head over right now. You can head over to the game and you can trade right now. You can say the Rams are down 4, but I think the Rams are going to win. Go on to Kalshi, use the promo code Digest NFL, trade on you saying the Rams will win this football game, and all of a sudden you have a chance to actually win some money. You can live trade on the game. Again, link is in the description. Use code DIGESTNFL. Thank you to Kalshi for sponsoring this live stream and our entire channel.
Yes, and by the way, my Kalshi trade did come through for me. Devontae and Cooper Kupp touchdowns at any time. I'd like the Rams to win and I win some money. I would like both. I would like both. Finally, I'm 1 for 3 now on Kalshi. If I was a baseball player, I'd be quite happy with that performance. As fourth quarter getting underway, if you want the Rams to pull off this comeback win, subscribe right now. 564 people in chat. Thank you so much. David saying, can't keep giving up 3rd and long. Philly game day. Philly fan probably. Seahawks will score on this drive. Yeah, we can't keep giving up 3rd and long. The Rams need a Seahawk mistake. I agree with you there, Floyd. Tim, yes, everyone, don't give up on the Rams. No, don't give up. It's a 4-point game. It's a 4-point game. That Tariq Woolen mistake, I think, really kind of put this game back to life here for the Rams. If that didn't happen, it would have been quite the uphill battle. But right now, 2nd and 5. Get off the field. The offense is playing great. I have no concerns with the offense. The defense, though, needs to be better.
Agree with you there.
2nd and 5 from the 42. Darnold snaps it. Verse back there. Darnold, there's some running room, and he's going to take it, and somehow he's going to get a first down and a lot more.
Yeah, Darnold can move a little bit. He can move a little bit, and if you're Jared Verse, you got to set the edge. You got to set the edge. You can't just overshoot it. I mean, what's the point of that, right? You're not even getting to the quarterback if you just keep going around. And Nate Lamb, you saw him barking out calls there. The Rams were able to adjust enough to where the coverage was great, but if you're Jared Verse, yeah, you gotta stay there. You gotta stay on him. You can't keep going wide and wide and wide and get behind the quarterback and not do anything to him. There's no point there.
No, it's gonna be 1st down and 10 from the 44 of the Rams. Fake to K9.
Oh!
Sacked by Cam Kitchens. Good thing that's not a flag. That might be a loss of 15.
What a sack from Cam Kitchens. I mean, he just absolutely flew in there. Darnold's upset. He wants a flag for unnecessary roughness. I mean, he might have landed his whole body weight on him, but what a sack there from Cam Kitchens as he body slams Sam Darnold down to the ground, kind of whips him around there. That's why Darnold wants a flag. If you're a Seahawks fan, you might say that's rough, but I think that is a nice tackle there, and Darnold is smirking a bit, but I know that one hurt him. Great play from the Rams, much needed. As I was about to say, they're threatening to be in field goal range. Instead, now they're behind the 50 in Seahawks territory.
2nd and 19 from the 47. Darnold pressured again into Kupp, who's not going to get much there. A good tackle by Jalen McCullough. Going to be 3rd down and about 13 or 14. Again, can't give up a 3rd and long. Even can't give up 90. If you give up anything more than 5 yards, they might attempt a field goal here.
Exactly. You got to get a stop here. Timothy
Which is honestly okay, because then a touchdown from us would tie the game. If they make a 55-yard field goal, they make a 55-yard field goal. But
yeah,
you can't give up a first down here. 3rd and 15, actually.
Yeah, absolutely cannot give up anything here. Let's go get your stops in the chat down below right now. Stop in the chat. 3rd and 15. Ball at the 49.
Oh no.
Oh, offsides. Jared Verse.
Wait, might be a full start. Let's see.
Jared Verse, what are you doing? I don't understand.
It's still 3rd down.
I don't understand.
They didn't give him an offsides, actually. It's still 3rd and long. It's still 3rd and 10. They're still, I don't think they're in field goal range yet from there.
We just said don't give him 5 yards. They gave him 5 yards without the play even being snapped. I mean, oh my goodness.
You have him at 3rd and 15. You have him. You have him exactly where you want him, and then you just...
Well, they're close to field goal range. Might still be just outside of it. We'll see if the Rams get an incomplete pass here. No running back in the backfield with Sam Darnold.
Oh, incomplete. Incomplete. There's no way they're going for this on 4th down. Let's see if they do decide to. I believe this will be a 60-yarder. If they go for it.
Incredible defense from Kobe Durant. Zone. It gets through to Shaheed, and Durant just flies in and just straight up smacks that football out of Shaheed's hand. Huge play from Kobe Durant.
There we go.
4th and 10.
There we go. They're not going to go for the field goal. They're going to punt. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, this could be a fake, though. From that Cardinals game, I'm always concerned.
Well, let's make sure this punt is up, and when the punt is up, nice, and punt is up, and it is Kyren Williams, the return man now for the Rams, as he gets fair catches it at the 10-yard line.
There we go. Was that hard to do, Xavier Smith? Good. I was really scared it was going to be Xavier Smith back there again.
Oh, Xavier Smith has been benched for this game. It looks
That's
like
the
in
right
the punt
move.
return game.
Unfortunately, it's the right move.
It is the right move.
31-27. Rams offense now back on the field after finally getting a stop here. Touchdown takes the lead all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold playing from behind in the fourth quarter. I mean, he was great in the last game against us, but it's the playoffs. He's never done it in a playoff game before. Big expectations. Let's see what happens. 662 people in chat go win this game, Stafford. Way too early to say that.
Drop a like in the chat if you guys have not liked the stream yet. Like the stream if you are it's your first time here. If you're rooting for the Rams, drop it down below. If you're rooting for the Seahawks, drop it down below. Let us know who you're rooting for down below in the chat. Regardless, we welcome you into the Rams Digest live stream of the coverage of the NFC Championship game. King Cash says, that's how you catch a punt. Peter says 2 muffs in 1 game. Of course, he had to be sit. Of course, 100%.
Yes.
We knew he had to be sat. After the first one, he maybe should have been sat, obviously. We'll move on from that. And then let's go. Rams house and MVP time, says David Olson. Tim says, comeback Stafford. Let's go. The Rams right now got to make something happen. May says, take a deep breath. We got this, guys. I know. Got to breathe. But you're down by 4 in the fourth quarter of the NFC Championship game. But Stafford does have the football in his hand. I do feel confident about that. By the way, it's going to be the first time we see this defense out there after they were all arguing with each other on the sideline. Miles says 49ers, baby, and he can go ahead and just keep your comments to yourself, Miles. It's been an embarrassing ending to your season.
Miles, you were in this stadium and you lost 41-6.
Yeah.
And I don't care how injured you are, you can't lose any playoff game 41-6 and then come in saying bang bang Niner gang. That's just not possible. Like, I mean, fair play for still saying it.
Loyalty. Gotta respect the loyalty.
Deuce, one more TD. Again, it's still not over. Still 12 minutes left
to be done.
Still 12 minutes left. Even if the Rams do score a touchdown, which I definitely think they can, this is not over.
Far from over, to say the least. It is the NFC Championship game. The winner is going to the Super Bowl to face off against the New England Patriots in Santa Clara. The Rams have 12 minutes and 18 seconds to go. We'll see what they can do here. Can they score a touchdown down by 4? Ball's going to be at the 10-yard line for the Rams, starting pretty deep in their own territory.
And they have time. You don't need to rush. You can run the ball. Your playbook's open. Stafford, they're going to run it to Corum down the right side. Corum's going to pick up a nice gain. Corum all the way for a first down. Love to see that to start off the drive.
Love to see that, indeed. Like I said, first time seeing this Seahawks defense out there. They're arguing on the sideline after Tariq Woolen had a horrific flag called on him. So it's up to the Rams to take advantage of them. Are they a little rattled? Are they on the same page? Are they still a little bit off here? We'll see if the Rams can find their attack, as a nice run from Blake Corum gets a huge first down for the Rams. By the way, Stafford went from a pretty slow start to 13 for 21 on the day, 265 yards, with 3 passing touchdowns so far in this game.
Stafford on first down. Some pressure from behind. Going to snap it out, throw it out quick to Corum, yet again breaking some tackles, and he's going to pick up a gain at 16 for another first down. Blake Corum slicing through the Seahawks defense here early on this drive.
Love to see, as I'm watching some group chats popping off here, love to see that first down. Blake Corum having 2 huge first downs, and now all of a sudden this game is even. Both teams have 20 first down each. Total plays, the Seahawks still ahead, 53 total plays for their offense versus 44 for the Rams.
Stafford fakes the run to Kyren on first down. Stafford goes back to Kyren, low pass, but he catches it. Jukes out Witherspoon. He's still up for a first down, juking out the whole defense before Julian Love forces him out of bounds. Great plays there from Giron.
And we talked about this all game long, right? So far early in this game, the offense was struggling, but the running backs were playing pretty well. Take advantage of that. And what does Floyd say? That's how you run the football.
And that's almost also a flag on Leonard Williams there. That was close.
Yeah, and obviously not a run there, but a nice way to get them involved. Run game, and all of a sudden pass game for both running backs is there. So obviously trust your backs. Keep getting them alive. Injury, a little timeout here, quick for a Seattle defender. Floyd says, let's get surgical. That's the case here, man. Let's get surgical on him. Manuel says, I love when Stafford throws it to the running back. Yeah, 100%. It's there for a reason. So many opportunities there for you. Keep getting them involved. Your tight ends as well. And let's see Devontae, let's see Puka get involved on this drive.
Yes, we'll love to see that as well. Stafford fakes it again to Kyren. Rolls out. Stafford going for it all. Oh, no. Oh, that was not a well-thrown ball there whatsoever. That definitely would have been intercepted there. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Tariq Woolen could have made up for his mistake earlier there, as we're showing Xavier Smith with a muff fumble, obviously leading to the Seahawks getting 7, and then Tariq Woolen's flag, of course, leading to the Rams getting their 7 from Puka Nacua. So, it obviously both teams making some pretty boneheaded mistakes on different situations. And Stafford right now, though, almost gave him another mistake to Tariq Woolen there.
I did not like that play call there. 2nd down, Stafford, a little bit pressured, finds Colby Parkinson for a 1st down and gets pummeled there by Witherspoon. That was almost another roughing penalty there.
Yeah, Stafford, a lot of pressure. Great blitz pickup from who other than Kyren Williams. And then around the edge there, almost got hit. Luckily, the defender held up. And Parkinson just over the middle of the field on the backup linebacker, who by the starter just came out, 42, right? So 58, Hall is in there. Can't cover Parkinson over the middle of the field. Wide open for a nice 1st down for the Rams. And right now, they're cooking. This offense is cooking. This offense
they are. They're at the 35. 1st down. Stafford has a lot of time, not much there. Corum can't get out of that tackle from again. Who else? Emmanuel.
Yeah, Emmanuel having an incredible game there. Still locked in, so focused on this football game. And I was going to say the last play where the Rams overthrew a nearly interception to Tariq Woolen, I think my biggest frustration there is you got Kanata Mumfield on the field. You don't have Puka, you don't have Devontae, and you're launching it down the fild on one of their best corners. Tariq Woolen, just don't love that decision there and play call. Trying to maybe catch them off guard. Maybe they don't expect Mumfield to do that, I guess, but don't love that. Hopefully the Rams can take care of the football here in this 4th quarter.
Yes.
Stafford 9 for 11 in the 2nd half, by the way.
Stafford, 2nd and 8. Corum trying to break some more tackles. Going to be just short. It's going to be 3rd and a short 2 or long 1. We'll see what they give him.
8:50 to go. You got 3 timeouts. Your defense has been playing better. I think this could be a 4-down territory situation for the Rams. 3 points doesn't do much for you.
I mean, it gets you to within. If you get a stop, it gets you to where a field goal potentially, depending on how much time you have with the ball, wins you the game.
I'm not playing it safe here. It's the NFC Championship game, folks. We got to go for it, I think, if the Rams can't get it on 3rd. But it is 3rd and 1 here. 8:24 to go. Rams have the football at the 26-yard line.
See what they do. They fake the run. For Parkinson, he didn't get it.
Oh, I think it was tipped or maybe just dropped by Parkinson. Stafford did kind of float that one over the defense, and a defender, number 7, just flying back in coverage. Gets his hand on it. No, I don't think he gets his hand on it at all.
No,
maybe a fingertip.
Parkinson's got to catch that.
No, I think Parkinson thought the ball was going to be tipped down, and I don't think he anticipated that. The Rams agree with me here. 4th and 1. Drop your 4s in the chat. 4th and 1 here. Can the Rams get a 1st down? I see a run lane. They don't run it. Oh, Stafford throw it to Ronnie Rivers. Oh!
He got it!
Matthew Stafford, are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. I thought when something came off, I thought that was the ball.
I think both Josh and I froze there. Sorry we didn't call that too well, but Stafford drops back. Oh. He looks over the middle of the field. He had Ronnie Rivers to his left. Stafford says, I'm going to run it. Almost gets sacked. He powers through. Physical young Matthew Stafford came into play, and he says, let me fight for this 1st down as his hand warmer flies off of his hip for our 1st down.
He went straight through. 10. He went straight through DeMarcus Lawrence. That was the Lions' Matthew Stafford showing up right there.
What a play for Matthew Stafford.
1st and 10. Now we're going to hand off. Corum trying to make some moves. That was not good. There was a flag.
There's a flag.
This could just be holding, though. Emmanuel looks angry. This might be on Emmanuel. Let's see. Oh, offside. We'll take it. We'll take it. Did I see an offside? No, but we'll take it.
We will take the offside call here. We'll see what if they're gonna show us something, but they're not right now. Peter says offsides. D says offside. Z-Man says I love this dude. Yeah, Matthew Stafford. I mean, how could you not love that guy? And yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, that's offside. That's offside. I mean,
Yeah.
you lean too far forward, and it's an offside call. I mean, you can't. I know it's not ideal way to get some yards there, and some Seahawks fans may be upset, but that is an offside. 1st and 5 now.
Stafford fakes the handoff. Fakes it again.
Oh,
He pitches it to Nacua for 1st and 5. Nacua easily gets the first down a little bit more. First down and 10.
What a play call. First of all, Xavier Smith was able to take the jacket off to get out there on offense for that play. They fake it to him once. Then they go ahead and fake a screen to him. Then Stafford says, I'm going to run it. The play broke down. I got to run. And then he says, nope, I'm actually going to pitch it. And that was the actual design of the play the entire time. It was fake here, fake there. I'm going to run it because everything broke down. Nope, we're going to pitch it to Puka. What an impressive play call. I don't think that was an improvisation. I think that was actually the actual play, Peter, but I could be wrong on that.
Stafford, 1st and 10 from the 12. Looking for Puka again. Finds him down the middle. Not going to be a first down. They're going to be a gain of about 6.
Davante Adams time. We're getting into Davante Adams area here of the field. Obviously getting closer and closer to that end zone as King Cassius Stafford is in his bag. I mean, yeah, I've never seen the Rams run that play. If that was the whole design, super incredible play design. You gotta give them some credit for. If it was just improvisation, Stafford's amazing.
I have a little bit of both there.
I have a feeling that was a little bit of a design play call. And Peter says this looks like backyard football. That indeed does.
Kind of does. It kind of does. 2nd and 4. Stafford, you're going to run it with Kyren. Can't gain anything there. Going to be 3rd down. Now it's definitely 4 down territory.
Paul says that was not the call. Maybe you guys are right. I'm just saying, I thought that was a little bit too perfectly timed to not be the call. He fakes it one way. Xavier Smith had no interest in catching that football on the screen, and then Stafford had no interest in running that football, and that's why I think it was the design to have Puka standing right next to him at that perfect timing. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was not the play call. Maybe you guys don't want to give Sean McVay too much credit.
Maybe not.
3rd and 4 though.
3rd and 4, going to need something like that again. They're circling Davante on the broadcast.
Yeah, fade route. Davante fade route.
Stafford,
all day.
Still looking. Nothing available. And that is incomplete. Let's see what they do.
I think you might go for it.
I think you might have to as well.
Because if you don't get it, the Seahawks will get the football in horrific field position. I mean, it's not much great field position for them. So if you're the Rams, you want to get a stop here. Go for 3. You're down by 1, but then
if you get a stop, you only need a field goal to win.
I think Stafford might have had Puka over the middle of the field, by the way, but
they're staying out there. They're staying out there. Interesting decision.
Staying out there. Here we go. Davante Adams one-on-one coverage up top of the screen as well.
4th down. They snap. Stafford looking. Nothing. Finds something. It's going to be incomplete once again. As Devin Witherspoon wants a flag, there was definitely no flag there. Although that hurts. That definitely hurts. You go down and you don't get any points.
Yeah, I mean, Stafford just literally throwing the football to Witherspoon. So I don't really know what he was looking for. And McVay is super upset. I think it's the right call to go for it. But I think up top of the screen, I see one-on-one coverage to Davante Adams. I say fade route. I mean, you go for the field goal. I don't really understand. Like being down by 1, I get it. And you get the ball back. It's you're down by 1.
It would have given you something. Because you went there for basically 6 whole minutes. You didn't even get anything.
Yeah.
That's my main thing is that you want to get points, and that didn't help you get points.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It was tough. Definitely a tough call. Obviously, now they didn't get it. It's easy to say they shouldn't have done it. But if they got a touchdown, is anyone going to sit here and say they shouldn't have done it? Right? So it's a great game. It's a great game. And these Seahawks defenders really picked it up. You got to give them their credit in the red zone.
Yep.
They really picked it up. And K. Slay says, better luck next year.
And it's
Hilarious
still 4 minutes
because
left.
there's so much time left on the clock. So
And this
it's
is
kind of
Sam
funny.
Darnold. Should have went for 3 from Timothy. I would have gone for the 3 as well. 972 people in chat.
Wow. Well, make sure you guys are liking the stream. Even if you're in here to hate, make sure you guys like the stream and show us some love. We would really appreciate that. We'll respond to as many chats. And we've definitely grown the channel so far during this live stream. Over 30 of you guys have subscribed. So if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, you want to subscribe to see us go live potentially for the next game, if the Rams could win, the next game would be huge, right? So obviously, if you guys want to be there with us, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything, or you don't miss any of our reactions throughout the week when we post daily Rams content here at the Rams Digest. In the off season as well, we'll be posting and definitely going to cover some draft stuff. And so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that. But the Rams try to go for it on 4th down. Don't get it. I'm okay with them going for it. This defense had to get a stop either way, right? So if you say, oh, you should have kicked the field goal, defense got to get a stop. Oh, they didn't get it. Well, the defense got to get a stop. So either way, the defense has to get a stop.
Well, that is true. That is true. I understand what you're saying, though. I just think walking out of there with 0, even just for momentum, just saying you got something on them.
One-on-one coverage up top, though. Quick little fade. I mean, I don't get that.
That was not a good route design either that they had him run. Again, that was bad. At that point, you should just throw it away. At that point, you should just throw it away.
Devontae didn't even seem interested in running the route afterwards. I think he could have faded to the corner. I think, honestly, McVay tried to get a timeout. Maybe. No, I don't know.
Did he need to get a couple extra steps in to hit his steps goal? I don't know, but
he looked nervous. But here we go. Rams down 4:54 to go. Ball at the 6-yard line for the Seattle Seahawks.
Again, the field position is the positive here.
They're going to run it.
To K9. Stumbles forward. You're going to pick up about 4. Again, if you're the Rams, you got to get a stop here. You still have all 3 timeouts. Don't need to use any of them yet. Again, safety's a possibility here still. Unlikely at this point with them being at the 10, but still possible.
Yeah, and in this area specifically, I want them to get a stop. So that way, if the punt does come, the Rams still get pretty good field position here.
Yes, and all 3 timeouts as well, too.
A sack will be clutch. Don't be surprised to see a run. They fake it.
And they have K9 in space. He breaks one. Omar Speights. What type of effort was that? What type of effort was that from Omar Speights?
Kenneth Walker again. He's a shifty running back. This is what my fear was. If that's Zach Charbonnet, he's getting tackled. I know he's a big, physical, strong guy, but I mean, Kenneth Walker. Look at this move right here.
Watch the effort though from
and that's
Speights.
Just gone. Speights just can't keep up. I think that's just how shifty Kenneth Walker is. A quick little, and that's it. He's gone. Loses them in his little ankle breaker. Right? He tried his best. I think Omar Speights did. But
are you sure? It didn't look like it. My opinion, that did not look like someone trying their best to make a tackle.
I think Kenneth Walker's just that fast. Ball to 25 now for Seattle.
Still okay in terms of field position.
Time is getting scary.
Good stop there. Omar Speights makes up for it. On the run up the middle, going to be gaining of about 3. I mean, as long as we get the ball back with over a minute, we have a shot.
Yeah, it's 3-yard gain there. So obviously not ideal, but the Rams do use their first timeout. So what does that mean? That means they want to get a stop right here, right now. So make sure
1,000 people in chat, by the way. Everybody subscribe, like, share the stream. There's 3:24 left, not 3:07. I stopped the clock too late.
It's all good here. Take Omar off the field. This is the NFC Championship game. Who are you going to put on? Who are you going to put on?
I don't want to see Troy Reader out there. Deshaun Dolak's hurt, so I don't want to see Troy Reader out there. Keep him far away from a clutch time stop.
K. Slay says it's over. We got to accept it. We'll see what happens here. It could very well be. But the Rams can get a stop.
We'll see. It's still time. It's still time. 2nd and 8. Fake the run. Why does he have so much time? Incomplete. No flag.
Man, that was close. That was close, Quentin Lake. If he didn't need to touch Raheed Shaheed. He does touch him at the end, but I think that ball was a little bit too overthrown out of bounds there. So definitely great for the Rams. Incomplete pass means the clock is stopped. 3:20 to go, 3rd and 8. Get your threes down in the chat. 3rd down, get a stop. Stops in the chat for the defense.
He might have caught that if he didn't. No. Over.
Oh, he was a little early.
Yeah, we're very lucky that was not called. 3rd and 8.
Rams need a stop here.
Yes.
Feels like it's for the game.
And there's going to be a timeout called by the Seahawks for some weird reason.
Oh, that's how big this play is, I think, for both sides. The Seahawks know if they get a first down, they put the Rams in a very tough spot. Still a chance to win, of course. Still quite a bit of time left on the clock. But Let's go defense. Get your defenses in the chat. If you're a Seahawks fan, tell us. Let us know in the chat. I don't care. Like the stream if you feel like it. Well, support us. Please support the channel if you're already here. You're watching. You like what you see or you don't like what you see. I don't really care. I like the stream.
Like the stream, subscribe. Almost 1,100 people.
Isabel says, let's go Hawks. Krim says, need a pick. Ed says, worst guys commentating ever. Appreciate you, Ed. Defense from Obscura.
1,100 people now in chat. German saying bye-bye Rams. Not yet. There's still over 3 minutes left. It is 3rd and long, by the way. And if Seattle punts this, the Rams are going to get okay. They'll be probably around the 35-ish. So they're going to have okay field position. Over 3 minutes left. This game is far from over if the Rams get the ball back here.
May says, let's go defense. Fernando says, let's go Rams, baby. This is the time
this
for
could
our
be the
Rams,
Sam Darnold pick,
JM.
by the way. I can very much see the Sam Darnold pick happening here.
Could be a bad decision. I think the Rams, someone, Jared Verse, Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, somebody say this is my moment.
I think you got to do the Cam Kitchens even again. I think you got to do some sort of secondary blitz here. I think you got to do something that they wouldn't expect.
Super Bowl on the line. That's what I'm saying. You got to talk to yourself there if you're in the helmet and you're Jared Verse someone. We need a turnover, says Floyd. You don't need a turnover, but you definitely need to stop.
You just need to stop. You just can't
one stop.
Don't even give up less than 5 yards, because if it's 4th and 1, who knows? Maybe they try to go for it. But if it's anything more than 4th and 2, I don't think they go for it.
Yeah, Stafford. King Cash says all Stafford needs is 1 minute. Agree there. TBD says please stop them. May says those ghosts need to come back right now. Famous quote from Sam Darnold saying he saw ghosts. Sam's gonna run for it. Ooh, great call, David. You got to make sure you have someone on.
He could. You got to make sure he doesn't.
We need to spy on the quarterback. Yeah, Greg says spy Darnold. He's
I don't know about that.
Peter says, isn't AD on site? Yeah, get AD back on there.
Yeah, can Aaron Donald do a celebrity guest appearance for a play or something?
Here we go. 3:20 to go. 4th quarter here for the Rams. 3rd and 8. If they get a stop, they got a chance. If they don't, it makes it tough. Rams are down by 4. Stafford can only watch on from here.
3rd and 8. Pressure. That's what we need to see. Alani joins Darnold in the backfield. Ball is snapped. There's pressure. I don't know. Oh!
This is going to be interesting. Is this a completed pass or not? They're saying that Cooper Kupp might have got the first down. The Rams are going to have to challenge this because this is really close. I'm not sure he got the first down. If he didn't, the Seahawks might even want to go for it on 4th and very, very short. We'll see. The Rams are going to have to risk and waste a timeout and challenge. Is it even completed? Cooper Kupp catches the football, gets tackled immediately. He does catch it. Drops it.
I don't know if he got the first.
At the end of the catch, he does drop it, but I'm just curious to see if he got that first down. He reaches forward, tries to get a great tackle by Kobe Durant. But Cooper Kupp over the middle of the field in coverage. Kobe Durant tries to reach his hand out, get the tackle. Almost got his hand on it, and Cooper Kupp reaches. He's not there yet.
No.
Oh, at the end, his back hits. I don't know. It might have been a first.
No. Yeah, the Rams got a challenge. I agree with the call. You have to.
I think if you're Sean McVay, there's no other choice. You have to throw a challenge. But he's putting it back in his pocket. So let's see what happens
then
here.
we get our timeout back then, right? If he's not challenging?
Yes. The
If
Rams
the
would.
timeout was used to challenge, we should get it back. If you just call a timeout, then I don't think we get it back.
Well, he definitely will either challenge it or doesn't call timeout. And it looks like Cooper Kupp reaches, doesn't get it, and then he's down. I think he might get it.
That's close.
I think he might get it. I don't think it's enough to overturn. Look at this angle right here. He doesn't have it, has it, and he's down.
That's so close.
I think he has it. I think Cooper Kupp could be the reason the Rams go home, but we'll see. They're going to call it a first down.
There is still time.
The Rams did call timeout, 3:11 to go. There's still plenty enough time for the Rams to get a stop.
Run it to K9. Not going to get anything there. Great play from the Rams defense.
Yeah, I guess you call timeout again, and the Rams just kind of hope and pray at the end there. And like someone said earlier, Stafford doesn't need that much time. Stafford does not need that much time, but the Rams defense has to give it back to them.
Yes, before the 2-minute warning, too. We need to get the ball so we can start before the 2 minutes. See, that's why if we went for 3, a field goal would have won you the game.
I agree, but at the same time, this is also kind of why, like, can the defense even give you the ball back? I mean,
at least you would have only needed a field goal if you went for 3.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there a little bit, but I still don't mind the Rams going for it on 4th down. Either way, 3:05 to go, 31-27 is the score. This is a trip to the Super Bowl on the line, boys. The defense has to make a stop. 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks offense. Ball's at the 35-yard line, still in their own territory. The Seahawks are.
2nd and 10. Let's see what they do here. They fake it to K9. There's some pressure.
Holding.
Why is JSN just absolutely wide open?
Yeah, I don't know. Thought I saw a holding call there from Braden Fisk. But yeah, at this point, this defense, they're the ones that have to win it for you. It's just not going to happen. And this goes back to why, the Rams, if they were, to give, I got to see his foot here. Hold on. JSN goes, he catches the ball, 1, 2. Oh, he's in. Yeah, he's in. He's in, and they say he's inbound still. So that might be it. That might be over. That might be the football game, folks. This is why, again, you kick the field goal, who cares? If the Rams if the defense literally cannot give you the football back, going for that kick earlier didn't mean anything. And right now, this defense literally cannot give you the football back. There's 2:28 to go. So if people are asking about the clock, there's 2:28 to go. The Rams...
Wait, what are they saying?
They're saying the clock needs to go back to 3 minutes. It was at 2:28, so the clock needs to go back to 3 minutes.
Oh, thank you.
And they're saying it's first down. I think that because JSN went out of bounds, the clock should have stopped, which I thought so too. So
thank you.
The Rams do have the 2-minute warning. They said reset the game clock to 3 minutes. I don't think Josh can do that on ours, unfortunately.
I cannot reset the. Can I?
We'll just call. If you want to figure out, we'll just try to call it live. 3 minutes to go, 27-31. Darnold at the 49-yard line, still in Seahawks territory. Handoff is to Kenneth Walker up the middle. Kenneth Walker gets a gain of about 3. So 2:55 to go. No timeouts for the Rams. They will have the 2-minute warning stop. So the Rams still, technically speaking, can get the football.
Yes. The Seahawks have to run one more play here. They have to run another play. And right now, they're not in field goal. Even if they are in field goal range, that does not end the game. It would be a one-score game.
2:30 to go. Clock is ticking. The Seahawks have to run one more play before the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 7.
10 seconds from the play clock.
It'd be really nice if they, for whatever reason, pass the ball.
They do.
Oh, there's a flag.
There's a flag.
Wait, it could be on offense. Let's see.
Well, Emmanuel Forbes is in coverage. He's not arguing, and JSN was asking for a flag, so I think it is a flag. McVay looks upset, and I think it is a flag.
Let's see.
Really gutsy to throw the football there if you're Seattle. It's going to be holding on the defense.
Yep.
Well, here's what it comes down
to. Emmanuel Forbes. It's on Kobe Durant, and it is on Kobe Durant. That was a clear hold. And that was a bad throw, too. Oh,
Here's what it comes down to for the Rams as their season is likely over. Um, you needed a situation where Stafford had the ball in his hands to end the game, and you left it in your hands of your defense, and
that's why, again, even if
that's why you know likely lose. Huge mistake earlier with the muff kick, spotted them 7 points.
Well,
I
they're
think he
still at
spotted
the
them.
four. They're not getting field goal range once again.
Well, it doesn't matter. They can run the clock out. There may be. Well, that doesn't help wasting a bunch of clock there, but the 6 yard gain or something. But the point is, Josh, it's going to be second down. Then the Rams would maybe get the ball back with like 20 seconds, maybe.
Yep.
And it's likely over. We've seen crazier things, but it's likely over. I mean, the Rams' biggest mistake, I think, was definitely the muff punt. I think once you saw Xavier Smith muff the first punt, you probably should take him off the field. I mean, that's obviously a super hindsight 2020 situation there. He ends up making a mistake later in the game. That bites you at 7 points there. Probably end of the first half as well. That spotted them 7 points, I thought. I think the Rams could have definitely maybe wasted a little more clock on their attempt to try to score to end at halftime. They didn't. The Seahawks get the ball back, and that obviously hurts you as well. So looks like the Rams season is over. Still a little bit of time left. We'll have to wait and see. Now, here's something interesting to talk about while we are thinking about hypothetically this season being over, if that's the case here. The Rams with Matthew Stafford, it came out, right, that Stafford said this week that he wants to play in 2026 no matter what, he says. So I'm curious to say, Josh, how do you feel about that? Stafford, is he your quarterback in 2026,
Yes.
regardless, win or lose?
Yes.
He's your quarterback for 2026.
Yes. I mean, like, if Stafford has the ball right now, I feel like we would win.
Yeah.
So, like, Stafford did everything he could this game to help us win. He didn't make a single mistake. I mean, sure, there might have been some throws that weren't great, but at the end of the day, he made the plays that when they mattered, he responded every time, pretty much.
Yeah.
He made the throws when they mattered. He's going to win MVP this year. I mean, again, we'll see. Again, fumbles are possible. They do still have to run the ball. A fumble is still possible.
David says we had our shot MVP. I mean, Stafford should still win MVP.
I mean, you saw what Drake May did this week?
I mean, yeah. And that's what's always funny about, like, the conversations around, like, quarterbacks. Some people always get lost in, like, the Super Bowl appearances and stuff. And I understand. That's definitely key. But would anyone argue that Jalen Hurts is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL right now? You know, Mahomes didn't make it. Is he now all of a sudden Mahomes didn't make the playoffs? Now all of a sudden we're gonna say Mahomes.
Although he was not good this year. Like, if you look at the stats, he was not that good this year.
But we're really gonna lie to ourselves and say that Mahomes isn't a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
It's not guaranteed to me.
Josh Allen isn't a top 5 quarterback. I mean, maybe he didn't play like it this season.
No, he wasn't great. Josh Allen should not be an MVP finalist. I'm gonna stand on that.
But I'm just saying, like, talent-wise, pure talent-wise and stuff, give me Josh Allen 10 times out of 10. I don't care. Give me Patrick Mahomes 10 times out of 10. I don't care how they played this year, you know? 2 minutes to go, 2nd and 4.
Well, that is a loss. That is a loss.
So here's how it's going to go. The Seahawks are going to have to snap it one more time on 3rd down.
Yes.
And that's going to bring them down to around a minute to go. So they're going to run the football, assuming they run it. Assuming they run the football, the clock will continue to run.
Pass. This would be so good.
Assuming they run the football, they're going to have about a little over a minute left.
They would have the
clock
ball
running. Yeah.
All we need is the ball. Please.
Oh, regular season 2 touchdowns for Darnold versus the Rams. 6 picks.
Okay, they're going to call another timeout.
In this game, 2 touchdowns, no picks. So definitely the difference for Sam Darnold.
Pressure. If we get pressure, he's not going to. I mean, the chances he completes a pass are a lot lower if we get some pressure.
Will says so much for Mr. MVP Stafford. I mean, he's MVP. I mean, when he wins the award, he's the MVP. Stafford
Almost
choked us.
2,000 people right now in chat, by the way.
Jim says Stafford choked.
What?
That's crazy.
How did Stafford choke? So Stafford's
crazy.
playing defense.
Again, it goes back to people when it comes back down to evaluating quarterbacks. It's all wins and losses, and I understand that. But
wins are not a quarterback stat.
It's crazy to me. It's a factor.
A quarterback can, like, if Sam Darnold had a 5 interception, like CJ Stroud lost the Texans the game. Like, that was a QB losing performance.
Here we go. 3rd and 7, 1:16 to go. If it's an incomplete pass, it's huge. And sacked. Darnold is sacked. So the Rams will have about 20 seconds. The Rams will have about 20 seconds after a punt, though. I think less than that.
No, they're going to have like 35. Like, almost exactly.
Well, we'll see.
At least you get the ball. 40, you have a shot. 40 it's seconds not on zero.
There's 40 seconds on the play clock right now, so.
No, there was less.
Oh, the play clock. Oh, now, yes. So 13, they're going to go down to 30 seconds. You said 35?
Like 30 exactly, basically.
There we go. Where's this punt going to go from Dixon? Rams will have a little bit around 20 seconds after a nice catch from Kyren. 25 seconds.
Okay.
25 seconds for Stafford. And remember last time the Rams were in this situation, they actually were throwing the football down the field kind of like effortlessly almost, and they just couldn't really get it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. It's unlikely, but it's no. You have the ball.
Can we see a miracle here?
Imagine we got to stop earlier. Gee, imagine we had a minute 25.
1,700 people in the chat. Like the stream if you haven't already. A lot of Rams haters in the chat. If you're a Rams fan, let us know down below. There we go. 25 seconds. Rams down 4. No timeouts. Going to be hard to make anything happen here.
Stafford looks. Puka has it. Puka has it. Get up. Get up. Get up. You got to move. You got to move.
15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, and it is a quick little snap. So it's going to be, that took 15 seconds for you to get 20 yards. So, nice. Stafford looks like he's in pain, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Nice, but again, it's tough.
JSN is praying on the sideline.
I think your best chance here would just be...
I feel like you need to get like a 15-yard play out of bounds. Just go for a Hail Mary.
One more chunk out of bounds. Maybe a screen pass. It's.
I think you got to do one more chunk play out of bounds, try to get close to midfield, and then just go for a Hail Mary.
Seahawks are calling a timeout.
Okay. Okay. Again, it's unlikely, but it's not zero here. We have 2,300 people in chat. To all the people just joining, subscribe, like the stream right now, share the stream.
10 seconds to go.
2nd and 10. Unlikely, but not impossible for the Rams to win.
Very, very unlikely, but maybe the Rams have some type of crazy play up their sleeve.
Maybe.
Seahawks in prevent defense here. Stafford not doing a quick route.
Thinking about the clock here at all, and they're going to get out of bounds. They're out of bounds.
Puka Nacua makes a catch and goes out of bounds at the 50. Wait, he's out of bounds.
Oh, no, that's an awful call.
Hold on.
No, wait a minute. The refs are saying, wait, he's out of bounds. The refs are saying the game's not over.
He's out of bounds. Whoa, what?
Wait. No. Puka went out of bounds.
The Rams should get another play here. Puka Nacua catches the ball. He's up. He's on his hand. He's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. Oh, my God.
Shin, I guess, maybe.
No, that looks out of bounds to me.
I think his shin, his hip might have been out of bounds. Who cares?
That's out of bounds. They should have another play. That's out of bounds.
Sam Darnold and Drake May. What an ugly Super Bowl.
He was out of bounds. I'm standing on he was out. That looked out of bounds. I don't think there was enough to say that he was in bounds. They didn't even review it.
Yeah, that's weird they didn't review it. But.
No, I think you have to review that. You have to review that.
We wanted the Rams defense show up versus Sam Darnold. 346 yards.
A season high in passing yards.
3 touchdowns. The Rams defense was awful, and we knew that, though, right? We talked about that. I mean, Josh and I have been on this channel since day one, right? Since the offseason, like right when the season started, we've been saying the Rams could probably use some cornerback help. The Rams could probably add a corner. The Rams can probably add a corner. They never do. They're fine with Akila Witherspoon and everybody in company. Akila Witherspoon gets hurt, so he's not here in this game. Not even when he came back from his injury in the middle of the season, he wasn't great. Emmanuel Forbes, Kobe Durant, Darius Williams. We kind of knew that wasn't enough, and we hoped the pass rush would be what takes you over the hump, and it never was. I think that's definitely a huge thing for the Rams. The corners were an issue, and then they had their moments. I think you give the defensive backs in general credit. When Quentin Lake got back, that was helpful. When Cam Curl started balling, that was helpful. Kobe Durant had his moments. Like, that was helpful to your defense, but ultimately, I think you knew this defense wasn't enough. You just hoped that they would show up at some point, right?
Yeah.
And you hoped at some point they would show up, and they didn't, and it's tough.
The rushing defense was good, only 75 rushing yards given up. K9, 19 for 62, 3.3 yards per carry. You did what you had to do against Kenneth Walker.
Here's one huge thing, and by the way, people are saying Cancun. We're not going to Cancun. I mean, if you guys want to buy me tickets to Cancun, I would love to go to Cancun. But Josh and I at least can watch have a Super Bowl party now.
Yeah, that is true. At least I'll be able to see Bad Bunny. I'll be able to see the commercials.
Because we were gonna stream the Super Bowl, which was interesting for me.
Same for me.
I thought it would have been fun, but at the same time, I love Super Bowl parties.
Yes. Well, Matthew Stafford had 374 yards and 3 touchdowns. He actually outplayed Sam Darnold. He had a higher. Actually, they had pretty much the exact same rating, but still.
But again, it goes back to muffing the punt, and it goes back to the end of the first half. That 7 points end of the first half. It's very underrated. The Rams didn't have to score to end the first half. They didn't have to be that aggressive about it. They could have at least ran some clock.
Yeah. Puka 9 for 165 and a touchdown. Devontae 4 for 89 and a touchdown. Both of them had good games. Terrence Ferguson non-existent today. They only gave him 1 target when he was fully covered. Omar Speights had 11 tackles. Quentin Lake 7 tackles in the pass defense. Nate Landman pass defense as well and another tackle. Kobe Durant had 2 passes defense. He was still decent today. Kobe Durant, to me, is the only DB who actually showed up today. Emmanuel Forbes, 1 tackle, nice cardio. Cam Kitchens had a sack, but besides that, didn't really do much. I mean, Braden Fisk was decent with a sack. Jared Verse at least had a sack. They got pressure, at least a little bit, but just not nearly enough to really make a difference. The season doesn't end the way you want it to be. Stafford is done from Jim. No, he said he's playing next year, unless if that does change.
I thought if the Rams won the Super Bowl, it would change.
Yeah.
I thought it would change in that way that he wants. I mean, and I think Stafford and Devontae Adams have that connection where I'm okay with running it back. Obviously, this team is so good, and this team
offensively just run it back. You don't need to change anything about the offense. It's the defense that you gotta.
Yeah, and even those who want to say right tackle, I think Warren McClendon did a fine job. I think Warren McClendon did a really fine job.
Warren McClendon was not bad today at all. The defense was not good enough for Manuel. Oh, the man Stafford? No.
I'm gonna miss a bunch of chats, guys, unless you're gonna donate. I was gonna say TBD, appreciate you for the donation. He says, thanks, guys. Great season for the LA Rams. Just need to draft and sign some secondary help. Yeah, 100% agree with you, TBD. I was gonna say, not that I ever ask for donations, because I don't want to ask for donations, but I'm trying to ignore a lot of the haters and don't want to just be reading hate comments. So if you guys want to absolutely get something answered, a donation, quick little $1.99, $1.99, whatever you could donate would be helpful, so you can read your question a little bit better, because I'm trying to avoid some of these negative comments. But at the same time, I wanted to say that I think the Rams were there. They had their chance, I think, to win this football game. I think Stafford woke up. The curious thing to me is like why the offense wakes up when you're like behind. Like, right? Why does the offense absolutely
Yeah.
explode when you guys are behind, and then when you're kind of playing with the lead, it's the creativity isn't there, the aggression isn't there. You're not throwing down the field as much. I mean, that's interesting. Like,
Yeah, it interests me too. It interested me.
Manny says, "What could we have done differently to win?
Not
The
muff
Ram
punts. Not
not
muff a
muff the
punt.
punt. You
I mean,
muff it
the offense,
twice."
nothing really. The offense, you can't really say you could have done anything differently. Defensively, make a tackle.
And
I
we
mean,
talked about this all year long too, right? Early in the year, we said the Rams need to score 30 to win. They scored 27, they lost, right? So it's like
but then in the middle
that's
of the year, the
always
defense was playing awesome, and you were like, oh, all right, looking like the best team in the league. And it took until ever since that Seattle loss, that
yeah.
choke, it seemed like something switched with this team.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but the definitely I think that loss completely shifted it. Since that game, the Rams were not good. Or not as good as they were at
No,
their peak. So the defense was pretty close to one of the worst defenses in the league at times. I'm not
at
going to say
times, yes.
consistently throughout the year. I'm not going to say they were the worst defense. I just think how they played at times, one of the worst defenses in the league at times. Emphasize that. Um, yeah, I mean, what else can you say?
Nothing
What else can
really.
you say?
Kubiak to the Raiders from Andy. That could happen. I can definitely see that happening. Stafford on the sideline being cocky equals an L. Maybe that's karma. Maybe not. Bears fans feel so good. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
What?
I mean, they already lost.
Yeah, I mean, hate watching is fun, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you are hate watching, I mean, it is fun. I mean, you know what? I do feel happy for Sam Darnold that he was counted out. He's an Orange County guy. I'm from Orange County. Just beat the Patriots and win a Super Bowl in the Niner Stadium before they do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my
If
saving
you're
grace is that someone else in the division will have a Super Bowl in the Niner Stadium before them.
again, I feel like Seattle would definitely have a lot of bragging rights over the Rams and over the Niners if they were to win this Super Bowl.
More so
As
the
you know,
Niners to me because it was literally in their stadium.
what I'm saying, like you're if you're a Seahawks fan, you can say, well, F the Rams and F the Niners. We beat both you guys to go to the Super Bowl, and we won in the Niners Stadium. Like it's all collective for them. They don't really care. So that's why it's hard to root for Seattle a little bit. I'm never rooting for the Patriots. I have
No.
friends that are Patriots fans who've been talking smack about the Rams all season long, and so the MVP race has been a thing. I've been in my chat every day, and so because of that, I'm never rooting for the Patriots to win again. So sure, Seahawks, go ahead and win it for the NFC West.
I
Bring home.
guess. I don't know who is speaking. Oh, it's Cam
Cam
Chancellor. Hey,
Chancellor.
shout out Cam Chancellor. Wouldn't
Going
nice
to
to
the bowl,
see
man.
Aaron, would
Going
have
to the
been
bowl.
nice
I
to
mean,
see Aaron Donald up there.
it's interesting. I never would have thought in 2026 we see Seahawks Patriots, man.
Well, Patriots. I mean, if you told me they'd make another Super Bowl, I mean, yeah, I would think they could, but
Niner faithful is laughing in the chat and laughing at the NFC division rival that smoked you guys in the
yes,
playoffs is going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl in your building. Kind of crazy. They're celebrating
yeah, that's yeah. Again, if you're a Niners fan, I'm just not going to listen to you.
that.
You can't lose 41-6 and then talk trash. I saw someone actually this week when I was in the gym wearing a Niners hat, and as soon as he finished a set, I went 41-6. Sorry, I slipped out. But I mean, if he sees me, he could taunt me all he wants, but then I'll be like, buddy, you still lost 41-6. Like at
Karina says
least
Rams.
we at least put up a fight. Like we at least looked like we should have been there. Off
Karina
defensively,
says
our defenses may have been equally as bad, I'll be honest. But offensively, at least we did something.
we got a donation here from TBD says $5 as a Ravens fan. Beat the Pats. Niners suck. Bears had a lucky season. Hate having to live in Seattle for the next 2 weeks. Gonna be a whole lot of Seahawks propaganda around you for sure,
Yes.
TBD. Karina says really wanted the Rams to take it all,
I did too.
but absolutely no to the Patriots. Yeah, I
Yes,
think everyone's kind
absolutely
of got
no. I agree. Absolutely no. Still a Rams fan. Real one. Get a 6'3" physical corner. A 6'3" corner is tough to find. I don't think it's a height thing. It's just we need more names. We just need more. We just need better
Just an
players
investment,
there.
I think. I think stop settling for what you have. I mean, they really did settle. I mean, and how can I say they settled? Well, they signed their number one corner, Akilah Witherspoon, to a 1 year contract. I mean, that was them saying, "Hey, our best guy, we're not even going to commit to him long term." And obviously, Akilah Witherspoon dealt with the injury, and maybe that's smart for them not to do that. But at the same time, it's just you're showing you have faith kind of in the guy, but then you don't really have faith in the guy.
Trying to look something up here.
So it's like one of those things where like I think the Rams from day one kind of knew that they needed a quarterback help and they never got it. And I don't want to just sit here and say Kobe Durant had a horrific season, Darius Williams had a horrific season, and Akilah Witherspoon was awful. I don't want to say that because they obviously had their moments. Um,
By the way,
but
the
it's just we.
cornerback, the free agent corners. Sorry, I decided to look. I mean,
uh,
Trayvon Diggs. Again, it would be something. You take a flyer. I mean, Jamel Dean's actually pretty good. I wouldn't mind Jamel Dean one bit.
ESG says Rams need a Max Crosby. I mean, at this
No.
point, you thought Jared Verse could be like the Micah Parsons esque of your team, and he's kind of went quiet, right? And I think that's what hurts you. Braden Fisk coming off an injury was quiet at times. Kobe Turner, your leader in the middle of that defense, went quiet at times. Puna Ford did a pretty good job in his first year with the Rams, but you know,
Yeah, there were a
Jamie
lot
says
of.
if your team didn't make it this far, why are you talking trash? Yeah, that's definitely
Yes.
a funny thing to see people talking smack um about your the team that when your team didn't make it this far. Verse sucks, says Carlos. Filthy says because it's hilarious. For talking smack. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it's always good hate watching, I guess.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of going to be in the Super Bowl. That's going to be kind of that's versus not elite from Carlos. That I will unfortunately have to agree with after this season. I thought after last season I had Jared Verse as a dark horse defensive player of the year candidate. Nowhere close to that
Yeah.
this year. I don't think Verse really improved on much, unfortunately, like we thought he
Yeah, he
would.
didn't. He really didn't. He honestly didn't. And
Verse is
you
not a
thought
pass rusher. I mean, I disagree with that. I just don't think he needs to. He was talking all offseason about upping his moves, and he didn't really up his moves as much as we kind of hoped.
I think he's purely a pass rusher. I think that's actually what he
Yeah, that's kind
does
of just what he
best.
is. We need a bigger D tackle in the middle. I don't necessarily think that's true either. We need corners. Again, Mansour Delaney out of LSU, I think would be a really good pick for us with our first round pick. Because the cornerback free agent market, I mean, Greg Newsom's fine. Josh Jobe is there. Take him from Seattle. But, like, it's not like there's an elite guy. I mean, Jamel Dean's decent, and Trayvon Diggs is not what he was a couple years ago. So, there's not really a guy out there that's like, wow, that guy really helps you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Jamel Dean would be the guy to me.
we have a whole lot of time to sit and talk about different free agents we think that the Rams can sign, a whole lot to talk about what the Rams should do for 2026. Right now, I think it's just sitting and being sad that they lost this one and waiting 2 weeks to enjoy a Super Bowl that is not going to be not going to be one to enjoy. I don't know how to say that better, but you're gonna sit there and like just hope that Bane comes out and just like blows up the field
Yeah,
in the Super
maybe.
Bowl. The
Maybe.
Super Bowl doesn't happen. I don't really care for either team winning. I mean, again, shout out to Sam Darnold. Love me some Sam Darnold coming from USC. Always rooted for him. Always thought he had the talent to be a starting quarterback, and now he is the starting quarterback for a Super Bowl team. I mean, give him some credit. I mean, coming from Carolina, coming from the Jets, going to Minnesota and taking Minnesota to being one of the best teams in the NFC, and then now obviously taking Seattle to being one of the best teams in the NFC. He took both teams that were in situations where they thought Sam Darnold, they were kind of cooked. You know what I mean? Like he was their quarterback. They're like, like cool, but like, is it really going to be better? And look at them now. And he did
Yep.
that with Minnesota last year. They're bad without him, and probably wish they kept him. And now he's in the Super Bowl, and so shout out to him. I guess we could root for Sam Darnold, but yeah, other than
Yeah.
that. Other than that, that's all I'm kind of looking forward to. Eating some nice food for the Super Bowl. That's all I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah. And that's it. It's gonna be some good food, good vibes with the people you'll be with. The game itself, I think you need
Yeah,
to
and
focus on the
Truth
defense this offseason. I do agree. I
Truth
definitely
has a
agree.
good point here, kind of making fun of us, but at the same time, this is a good point. Like damn, the Seahawks beat the Rams for the number one seed and beat them for the NFC Championship. So that's like so tough. I think a tough pill for the Rams to swallow, and
Yeah.
especially because I think ultimately at times they played like the better team.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say they were the better team because they lost twice. In the two biggest games, they lost. I can't say the Rams were the better team. Obviously, they weren't. But I think it's just frustrating as for Rams fans. I think it's frustrating to see that the Rams were sitting there, probably at times when they were at their best, could have been better than this team and could have been the Super Bowl, and they just weren't. And we've been talking about that since the Seahawks game, like you said, the first Seahawks game.
Well, the second
Uh,
Seahawks game.
a second Seahawks game. I'm sorry. The Rams easily looked like they were going to win that football game, and then things flipped. And since then, we've been saying, "Well, when they're at their best. Well, when they're at their best.
Yeah.
Well, when they're at their best." And they were never at their best since
No.
then. And I think Chris Shula is a little bit to blame. I think not having a cornerback is a little bit to blame. I think this pass rush not getting home is a lot to blame. I think those are all factors for sure. The offense did a pretty phenomenal job most of the year. Had their times where they had their lulls, and Sean McVay admittedly had his times where had poor play calling.
This
But
game, I thought his offensive play calling was quite good this game.
he had his moments for sure. I
It was
need
much
that
better
consistency.
today. It was much better
Yeah.
today. Last week was not great. Today, the play calling was better.
Yeah.
I don't
But
necessarily
Stafford,
defensively the coverages. We had Nate Landman in coverage at times, which was not great. I mean, it just wasn't really what you wanted to see from anyone there.
yeah, but Stafford ultimately MVP effort this season, MVP effort today in this game. I think almost brought your team back from a deficit they probably shouldn't have come back from. And again, you just begged the defense to give you a stop. It was at one point 24-13, and your offense brought you back into this game, and their defense felt like couldn't get a stop, couldn't get a single stop.
Had so many third and longs that you gave up throughout the entire game. I think the problems with this game are fixable problems from Go Dodger Blue. Hey, we like that. I do think they are fixable. Again, I think you don't need to make any crazy trades. You just got to add some more guys. There's not really a CB1 that's clearly available in this offseason, so I don't think again, Jamel Dean is an upgrade over what you have now. Again, Mansour Delaney out of LSU was a guy that I really want the Rams to draft at 12. GG Hawks, do not let the AFC win. F the Patriots from Heto. Yeah, I agree. Just don't let the Patriots win. That's all we care about. Just don't let the Patriots win.
I just think if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, let me just say this real quick. If the New England Patriots win the Super Bowl, they would have had the easiest season of all time.
Okay, beating the Seahawks would actually be a great win. I'm going to say it.
No, because let me break it down this way. Yes, sure, the Seahawks team is good and blah, blah, whatever. They're looking pretty good. They would have beat 3 points from Justin Herbert, 4 interceptions CJ Stroud. Give credit to the defense, sure, but 4 pick CJ Stroud. Backup quarterback, 7 points Jarrett Stidham. And then they face Sam Darnold.
Hey, Sam Darnold diced us up.
He could easily throw 4 picks in a game, though, at the same time.
I'll actually be very angry if he throws 4 interceptions. That'll make me feel worse.
I'm not trying to say that, he didn't play well. He played amazing today. But I'm just saying, generally speaking, for a path for a Super Bowl, their regular season was a cakewalk. Their playoffs were as cakewalky as you can get. Now, give them credit because the defenses they faced were actually quite good.
If
right?
Bo Nix was healthy, that
was
game would have gone differently. We all know that.
Chargers defense was like a top 5 defense. I think the Houston defense was like the number 1 defense.
And Broncos were 2.
Broncos defense number 2. Right, so they faced some good defenses. Don't get me wrong, but just the quarterbacks they faced.
Well, Herbert shouldn't be even in a conversation with those 2 guys.
He put 3 points up.
He didn't have any turnovers. It's improvement for him.
Stroud threw 4 picks. You face Jarrett Stidham, and now you face Sam Darnold again, who has diced up the Rams. Well, we're not going to sit here, and now that Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl, is anyone really going to sit here and tell me that Sam Darnold is a top 5 quarterback now? Stop with the wins.
Stop with the
Sam
wins.
Darnold get you in the Super
Moved
Bowl.
up the ranks, though. He's certainly not where I had him preseason. He's certainly going to
he's
move up.
He's not 25. he's not 25. He's like 18 now.
Oh, he's higher than 18.
I just think
Sam Darnold or Dak Prescott, I think, is a debate.
I just think that's what's frustrating about the quarterback conversation, right? It goes back to like how many people now are going to say Sam Darnold's better than Matthew Stafford?
Oh, no.
But that's what I'm saying, though. See how easy it could be. Well, because if I'm a Sam Darnold fan, you can just say, well, who's in the Super Bowl? Well, who beat you face to face? Who beat him twice? Who
when
beat
Stafford threw
twice,
for 457 yards, and then he threw for 330. So
but
again,
it's so easy when you're the side of like the team that won. It's so easy to be like, oh, we won. We right. The Seahawks won, so therefore Sam Darnold's better. That's why I hate those conversations. But
ESG made a good point. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson and Trent Dilfer won Super Bowls. Are they better quarterbacks? No.
That's what I'm saying.
I already think Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Trent Dilfer.
But that's how the conversation always goes, and we have to actually be real about the talent of these guys. Mahomes, bad season. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'll trade any quarterback in the NFL for Patrick Mahomes. And I think every team would. Even post-injury.
I don't know about that. Post-injury,
we haven't seen him.
We don't know.
We haven't seen him yet, so
how
that's not
mobile
fair.
He's going to be. He might lose all his mobility. We don't know.
Josh Allen, top 3 quarterback in the NFL. I don't care how many teams you want to say wouldn't want to take Josh Allen. They're lying.
Oh, yeah, they would.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like coming down to Sam Darnold, this conversation here. Sam Darnold, like, how many quarterbacks are you trading for Sam Darnold? You're trading Stafford for Sam Darnold?
No.
You're trading. Do you think the Cowboys fans would say
Dak
Prescott for Sam Darnold?
I mean, Sam Darnold's already won as many playoff games as Dak.
But I think that's what I'm saying. Like, playoff wins doesn't equal you're better than those guys. That's why it's frustrating about this conversation.
But the thing is, Dak hasn't shown up in playoff games. Top 10 QBs.
Drake May's in the Super Bowl now, right?
CJ Stroud ahead of Lamar Jackson. Okay, this is a troll list.
Drake May's in the Super Bowl now, right? So now Drake May,
in my opinion, is actually a top 5 quarterback. He's been really good this year.
I mean, he was an MVP candidate, but that doesn't immediately, to me, it doesn't immediately catapult you to your top 5 over all these other guys because you're winning right now.
I think Drake May is already better than Herbert after this year.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was a top 3 quarterback. Now he drops to bottom 15.
When was Jalen Hurts ever a top 3 quarterback? Not
when he won the Super Bowl. That was immediately the conversation, though. You know, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, it's not necessarily that we're gonna all agree to that, but it's just like that's what some of the conversations are, and it's like kind of, you know, it's just interesting to me. Like, it's the conversation's always so weird around the Super Bowl. So like now Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl. If Drake May won, it would be kind of impressive. I think the Seahawks team is very, very good. And so that's why I think, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Drake May at least beat some good defenses, but he threw for less than 100 yards and he in the Super Bowl. I mean, you got to also put that as a factor. Like back when Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl, right? Didn't he face off like the playoff run was like some kind of crazy injuries as well on his route to the Super Bowl. It was like Giants, Daniel Jones, and like some other crazy.
When he won or when they lost? Because when they won, they beat us.
Yeah, when they lost, I should say. When they lost.
It was Daniel Jones.
When they first got the Super Bowl, it was like Daniel Jones, and I forget who else they faced.
Oh, yeah, Purdy got hurt in that game.
And they face off against a rookie after us, which is a tough game. Give credit to Hurts. But
when they lost, that was the year Purdy got hurt. That was when Purdy was balling early on, and then he was having a good first quarter, and then he got hurt.
But some people would say, Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl, and so therefore he
was actually great in that
quarterback
Super Bowl too. He threw like 330 yards.
But the route was easy, right? And I think I have to acknowledge that a little bit. This season for the Patriots has been relatively as easy as it can possibly get in terms of who you're facing on the other side offensively. But their defenses they played are actually pretty good. They're facing against probably all top 5 defenses in the league for the playoff run.
I don't know if the Chargers were. The Chargers top 10. I don't know about 5. I think you're facing 1, 2, and 3 with Denver, Seattle, and Houston in whatever order you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. That's what I'm saying. So you got to give them a little bit of credit for that for sure.
Yes.
Go Dodgers Blue says CJ Stroud had a bad playoffs. People are now calling him the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, I'm taking CJ Stroud over JJ McCarthy. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Which I think again is again the opposite way, like too unfair to the quarterback. CJ Stroud's total trash. I don't think he's total trash. I think he's definitely declined.
Yeah, he's definitely gone downhill each year of his career, which is not great.
I'm looking at that replay, by the way. I'm pretty sure Puka was out of bounds, man.
It still looks at it. It still doesn't look like there was that should have at least been reviewed. Like, it didn't look to me that it was for sure that he's in bounds.
Yeah.
Like it's very close. Like I
He's
don't
in.
know if that's
No,
fully
he's in.
down.
He's in. His shin was down. He's in.
Was it fully down?
I mean, his calf. I mean, it wasn't his actual shin, I guess, but
I don't think a
that's what
calf
counts.
counts. It says I think the rule is knee, shin. I think you at least got to double check that play. You got to review it. Did the Rams win even if they got one more play? Probably not, but at least it would have given them a chance.
By the way, I appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel. Who's still here in the chat right now, by the way. Appreciate you guys. But, who has subscribed to the channel during this live stream. We went from a little under 5,300 to start the stream. Now we're at 5,363. So really appreciate all of you guys for subscribing and deciding to subscribe. We're going to talk Rams all off season long. We're sad. We're sad. Kristen says, what you drinking? Just water, but probably should fill this up with something else pretty soon.
Yeah, maybe.
His outer calf was in, says Figure. Yeah, I don't know if that means his shin either way.
Yeah, again, I've never seen something called because of outer calf before. I've seen knee, I've seen shin. A shin apparently counts for 2 feet. I actually learned that a couple weeks ago. I did not know that. But again, I've never seen that fully. Rams punt return needs to be cut. I don't think you cut Xavier Smith. Xavier Smith had a good season overall. United Seahawks fan, good game. Rams, thank you. Good game. Best of luck in the Super Bowl. If you beat us, go win it.
Yeah, I guess. Again, it's kind of like Seahawks, Patriots. Not a fan of it, but I digress. We're going to move on and try to enjoy the Super Bowl with some good food, some good drinks, some good people.
Yep.
And just try to enjoy it, have a good time, move on. And I think the Rams, someone, Manuel earlier in the chat, one of our longtime viewers, he actually mentioned, he said that he's excited for the future. And I think before, as the season was coming to an end, I kind of was starting to think about the future, right? And I was starting to think, like, if the Rams win the Super Bowl and Stafford just retires on a high, what's the future for the Rams? And I started thinking about rebuilding a little bit, retooling, if you want to call it that. And I was just thinking that, yeah, maybe the Rams are ready to move it on, right? And Stafford retires and we try to find another quarterback, maybe be aggressive and trade a bunch of stuff for Joe Burrow. So starting to think about stuff like that. Now at this point, it's like, well, the Rams are good. And you go back to last season, right? You lost in the divisional round. Now you're in this situation. You lose in the conference championship. If you're thinking this team is technically speaking progressing year after year, Stafford, he's going to be old, but he could still sling it. MVP, going to win it. Devontae Adams still has game left, led the NFL in receiving touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Puka Nacua, still one of, if not the best receivers in the NFL. Running backs are good still. They're still good. The offensive line, Warren McClendon now at right tackle, fine. Still a good offensive line. And all you really need to do is tweak the defense a bit. Maybe let Chris Shula walk to
but
be
then
a head coach.
I wouldn't mind Raheem Morris coming back. I wouldn't mind that.
I just need some change. I need some change on defense because
getting better corners to be gone too.
Getting better corners is nice, but it's not necessarily all the Rams either. They still need a better pass rush. They still need to be more aggressive at times on defense. They need to disguise their defenses a little bit better. I just don't really think that Shula did that well this year at that part.
I was in the middle of the year, it was looking awesome. At the end of the year, I'd give Shula a C probably for the entire year. C for Chris. Why not? Because I feel like there were some moments where he was great. Like I thought the Bears game, he was pretty good. And then this game, I don't really know what happened.
Yeah. Carter says, I'm obviously a Pats fan. I guess he was talking with some people. This is my boy Carter in the chat. He did say W's chat W channel, so I appreciate you, Carter. I'm gonna give him a shout out because he texted me to mute someone. Go ahead, continue, Josh. Your thoughts on where the Rams are?
Yeah, they're in a fine spot. It's not like again, depending on if Stafford does end up retiring, then option one is you see what you have to give up for Burrow. See if that's an option. Then if not, then all of a sudden your draft strategy changes for sure. So if Stafford stays, you're definitely in the right rank. You're definitely still a contender heading into next year. The defense needs to have some changes. definitely getting some cornerback depth, some better corners. I definitely think is up there. A new coordinator potentially. Again, like there's no one from these top positions is going to leave to be another coordinator. They're only going to leave to be a head coach. So you kind of have to wait and see what you're going to get. I mean, I would think Raheem Morris would be the guy to bring him back, because he was a pretty good coordinator for the Rams. Players seem to like him. But besides that, again, offense, I agree. Offense, I think you're set. I don't think you need to change too much on the offensive side of the ball, really, whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think this team obviously still has ability, and you're going to move on from, I think, Tutu Atwell at this point. Didn't play all this game. That's $10 million you can move on from. I think Stafford could probably retool and restructure his contract to give you some money. And I'm watching this play here, man, he had an opportunity. I just don't understand. If you're Matthew Stafford, if you're Sean McVay on the offense, like McVay was heated. The play of the game, you wanted Stafford with the ball in his hand. He has the ball in his hand, and you throw it to Terrence Ferguson, the rookie who hasn't had a catch all game.
Well, and because he was covered. If he was open, I'd be like, yeah, fine. But it's because he was covered. Like, tightly covered. He wasn't even close to being like, he just wasn't close to being open, unfortunately. So, again, you got to credit the Seahawks defense there. They played it good when they had to. Again, I think the Rams did give the Patriots some ideas. I think they did expose them a little bit. Again, the two worst Seahawks defense performances are against us. And I do think the Patriots, Josh McDaniels, a very good offensive coordinator, can expose that. What pick do you guys have? I'm assuming you're talking about the Super Bowl, Dylan.
I think you might be saying what pick for the draft.
Oh, for the draft, we have 12 from the Falcons. I forget what number pick our own pick is. I think it's going to be somewhere in the late 20s, like around 28, 27.
26, 27, around that range, probably.
Again, we'll see if we draft two guys. I think depending on what Stafford does, maybe you only draft one guy, and maybe you see what you can get for one of those other picks. I want to keep 12 more so than 26.
If Stafford retires, you trade both picks for Joe Burrow.
If he's open to leaving, if the Bengals want to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, yeah. If Stafford retires and Burrow's available, although, again, the Bengals ownership does not know what they're doing. So maybe we can fleece them.
Yep. So either way, we could talk all off season long about what the Rams need to do next. We could talk all off season about the Rams draft strategy and to see what Stafford decides to do. I think this team is still competitive. I think this team's still good. Seahawks ripped the hearts out of many Rams fans, and I think the Rams shot themselves in the foot one too many times in this football game, and it cost them in the end. I think we could probably call it a stream here, Josh.
Yeah.
And go get some food and cry a little bit and get back to making some daily Rams content starting tomorrow.
Yeah, well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in, not just to today, but for the entire regular season. We really appreciate all the support on the live streams. Again, just before we go, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. And once again, thank you to Kalshi for sponsoring this live stream and our entire channel. Remember, for any trades on any sports or anything, make sure to go on Kalshi. Use the link in our description and type in code DIGESTNFL. They get $20 when you trade your first 100. Live in all 50 states, regardless of where you are. Thank you once again to Kalshi for sponsoring this stream. Thank you to everybody for watching. As always, like, subscribe, do your thing. We got off-season content coming your way. Still daily. Obviously, going to be a bit, different in terms of the style of videos, but we are going to make sure to still give you that daily Rams content that you all love. Seattle fans, congratulations. Best of luck in the Super Bowl. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow for our next video. Anything else you want to say, Josh?
No, thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate all of your support. We've grown tremendously over the last few months. Josh, shout out to you for joining us at some point last off season. So super excited to have a full season with you. It was super fun with these live streams. Yes. First time I ever live streamed on the channel. So I've been here since we had 0 subscribers, and it's been a great time having Josh on the channel and everybody who's joined us over the last 12 months or so. It's just been a super good time. Honestly, I've had fun. I had so much fun covering this team, and I'm super excited to look forward to the future. Obviously disappointing to see it end here Okay, we'll move on from it. We'll take the trash talk on the chin, and
Yes.
we'll get ready to roll throughout the rest of the off season and talk a little bit of Super Bowl. I'm sure at times still give some predictions to you all, but definitely give you guys some daily content on how the Rams are feeling, what people are saying throughout the week. Maybe some hints as to what the future could look like. We'll cover all of that. So make sure if you guys are not subscribed yet and you're still here, consider pressing that subscribe button before you go. But yeah, man, that
Yes.
should do it for us.
We got to read one more chat, though. Paul said the Rams should trade Stafford for Dak. No.
Yeah.
No, your girlfriend agrees. She
Great
said
call.
no.
Great call, Paul. Great call. That's exactly what the Rams should do. I don't know if you can get the sarcasm in my voice, but
I can. Yeah, no.
that'll save everything. But Carla says no. I don't think she's disagreeing with Paul. I think my girlfriend is saying no. The Rams lost, and we're sad, and she's sad.
I think
that.
she's sad and disagrees. I think she knows ball.
She might know ball a little bit for sure. But appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Kristen says GG's go Seahawks. Good friend of mine, apparently a Seahawks fan. Just learning that. So I think I asked her this recently if she actually is a Seahawks fan or not, and I thought she said no, but I guess she is. But she was rooting for the Seahawks today, so appreciate you, Kristen. Appreciate everyone for joining.
Yes, thank you. As a Cowboys fan, I feel bad for y'all. Thank you.
We kind of feel bad for y'all always, every year.
I mean, when Jerry Jones says they're going to win every year, it's kind of funny. I feel bad that you have to put up with your ownership.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad situation in Dallas.
Yes.
But either way, that we can call it there.
Yes, thank you so much to everybody for tuning into all the streams. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow for our first video of the offseason. It was a great season with everybody, whether you were watching because you're a Rams fan or watching to hate watch sometimes at points, trash talking. We do agree. Well, we agree with everybody who watches. We do thank all of you. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow for this coming off season.
Yeah, we'll call it there, and thank you guys again, and we'll see you guys throughout the week.
All right. See ya.
All right, ended the stream there. You want to end streaming on your end?